Oh, champions. Michelle's annoying me. She's singing Richard Cheese to me.
No, it's called Dick Cheese.
Dick Cheese. They're doing a jazz version of 9 Inch Nails Closer. And she's annoying me with that. Cheers! The last hour and 3/4 of the year, I tried to get everything done but failed miserably. What's new? Anyway, I've had enough. My eyes can barely stay open. So, probably not that good at repair right now, so I figure I may as well just knock off for the year. How much are we going to get done in an hour and 3/4 anyway? So, live stream time. What's going on, everyone? Merry Christmas and all that shite. What do we got here? We got a membership. Hey, Jason. Oh, he sent a gift membership. Thanks, mate. Bloody legend.
Oh, can you just Mark? I drink champagne if you ever need to know as well.
Oh yeah. So, do you want to grab that for us, Mark? I still don't know how to say it. Your name is it Spurgeon or Spurgeon? Sent me a little locally sourced gift, and as far as I know, he's Alaskan, but he's sending me Canadian whiskey. So, what does that say about his priorities? Bottle of Whistle Pig. Thanks, mate. Bloody legend. 12-year-old, aged in old world wine casks. I've heard about this stuff, but I haven't had one yet. So that'll be good to try out. And
apple brandy cask.
Apple brandy cask. They use casks for apple brandy. I suppose they use casks for anything if it's good. So yeah, me and the old man will polish a few of them off. I like a good rye. And that's a Canadian rye whiskey. So thanks, mate.
I'm gonna try it.
You'll try it?
Maybe.
Yeah, you'll smell it and go, She smells the whiskey and she can tell if she's going to like it or not by how it smells. Of course, she only likes Bladnock. Where's my little phone holder? Hang on. Just so I can read the chat while I'm looking at the camera, vaguely. There it is. So, have you guys heard of Richard Cheese? He's a dude that does jazz versions of, like, really inappropriate songs. Like, like Closer by 9 Inch Nails. But in the background, you don't notice that that's what it is.
Oh, Wes says Whistle Pig is good stuff.
Whistle Pig. It's
Guys,
fun.
get off the treadmill. It's like Christmas Eve. What are you doing?
It's fun to say too. Whistle Pig. What am I doing? YouTube. Here it is. I'm very unorganised.
Knob Creek is my favourite.
I do like Knob Creek. It's good for a whiskey, for a bourbon. Not a massive bourbon fan. There's only a few that I like. Some of them can be a little bit coarse. Just turn that up a bit, and then I'll be able to listen to see what it sounds like. You knock off 30 minutes ago. Good man. Play. Yeah, sounds like the audio's okay. Okay, where are we? So howdy everyone. Where's Gaz? Mark? Happy Harry Harden. It's a nice alliteration there. Nigel Collins. Scotty Brockway. Sunzu Bean. Max Powers. Jason keep going to say Viator. Viator. Viator? I don't know how to say it. You guys have got to help me with my pronunciation. Pronunciation. Omelette socks. Someone's called omelette socks. It's cool. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. It's been a really stressful couple of days. Yesterday I almost had a mental breakdown because of the fucking workload, but you know, it is what it is. Just punched a couple of benches and moved on. So I finished a job. It was a job initially that I was doing the person a favour, basically charging them less than I should have. And they're the jobs that always fuck you in the ass. And my ass did in fact get fucked by that job. So it was all my fault. First off, I said it was a neck break on a on a guitar acoustic, and I said, yeah, I can repair that, but if your budget's low, they were like, oh no, that's too much. I'm like, well, look, I can glue it, but I can't afford to like paint it for that. So I forgot about the job for ages because everything's head spinning every fucking day around here, right? You're just trying to put out the fire whoever's walked in the latest and is being the most angry. You just try and shut them up, and then you end up with 3 other angry people because you took care of that one angry person. It's just juggling, all juggle, right? Comes down to I've got to put my foot down, stop taking fucking work when I tell myself I'm going to stop taking work, and don't listen to them when they beg and plead and moan and bitch that you're not repairing their job. And I don't give a fuck who it is now. I don't care if you're my fucking first cousin, my brother, whatever. I can't take any work when I can't take any work, because as soon as I say yes to something, I just end up fucking myself over massively, and that's what happened this year. So there's always going to be a massive stream of broken shit. I just need to turn a bunch of it away because I can't fix everything that's fucked in the world, man. And I used to tell myself I could, and the more I lied to myself that I could, the more shit got insane around here, and just got to the point where there was literally 150 jobs in the fucking storeroom in the queue at one point. Insanity. Just stupid. I should have never taken that much work on, and I should have never let people talk me into it. I've got to stop letting people talk me into shit. So anyway, so I told this person that I'd take care of the job, and because I left it for so long and forgot about it, and didn't forget about it, but just the queue got so massive. Well, it was bigger than I realised at the time that I booked the job in. Essentially, that's what it comes down to. So I forgot about it, and then to make it up to them, I decided to do the lacquer touch-up anyway, right? So I did that. All worked out good from a technical point of view, but then I get it back here, and I'm like, I haven't seen the tuning machines or nut for that. But I clamped it up as soon as it came in. I took the hardware off, so the tuning machines and the nut, so I could get 2 bits of wood on there, 2 bits of ply to hold the thing together, because it was still hanging on by a thread. I didn't want it to break any further. I wanted to try and maintain that front veneer. Of course, that didn't happen either, because it was structurally wouldn't go back. Sometimes the wood fibers don't align. They squash themselves when they break, and you need to fully take the thing apart in order to get in there and clean up those wood fibers, straighten them out, trim them where required, fill it with glue, and then rejoin it to try and get the tightest possible joint. Otherwise, basically the whole headstock ends up a millimeter longer, and you end up with a big glue joint. So I had to break it anyway. But point being, I clamped the headstock together when it was here, put the hardware aside. Fucking hardware's gone, disappeared. I don't know if I threw it in the bin because I picked it up with some recycling or what. No nut, no hardware. So I'm looking everywhere for it, and it's doing my head in. And I should have just cut my losses, put a new fucking set on there and a new nut, and just dealt with it and just moved on. But I couldn't move on. I needed to find it because I felt like past Brad fucked over current Brad, and it was really doing my head in. So I pretty much ruined the day by spending 3 hours running around between here and home trying to find where this hardware was. Never found it. Ended up having to just do what I should have done in the first place. And that completely ruined my state of mind for the rest of the day and half of today. Only just sort of, you know, did about 4 guitars and an amp and a half today. So somewhat more productive today. But yeah, it's been a hell of an end to the... hell of an end to the year. Not fun. Every live stream I'm actively messing with my amp. Well, that's good. What, do you just drop everything when I do a live stream? Oh shit, it's time to fuck with my amp. Thanks, Nigel. Merry Christmas. Thanks for all your content through the year. Great stuff. I'm just going to read it on the screen because it's too awkward. That Artisan 30 that I got half power switch is not in fact pentode triode. It's cutting the signal to half the power tubes, but not the opposite halves. Okay, so you've got 4 valves, and it's putting 2 of the 4 valves into either cut off or just, well, yeah, cut off. I mean, you're lifting their cathodes. Is that what it's doing there, son? That's all right. That works. Just got to keep an eye on the. Oh fuck! Here we go. Got to keep an eye on the dissipation of the other ones, make sure it doesn't go over. So dissipation's never going to be optimized. It's always going to be set up for one or the other, not for both. It won't go out crazy, but it'll be, you know, a compromise for the two. Give it to him, Michelle. I don't know what it is, but sure, I'm down with that. I'm having a bourbon. Cheers, Wes. Also got one of these. Smokehead Rum Cask Rebel. I've had this one in a sample before and it was pretty good. So that's a 46%er. And the... what's the Whistle Pig? That's a 40... I can't read if it's 3 or... oh, 43%. Integrity bottling. So, from what I gather, integrity bottling means 40% is our tax rate over here. It's a bracket. And if you go above that, you get taxed more. But it also means you're more worried about the quality of your whiskey than getting under the tax bracket. So, integrity bottlings is where it's at. Not because the percentage magically makes it taste better, but because they care more about the whiskey than just trying to worry about the tax bracket. So generally everything else they care about makes for a better whiskey as well. That's what I gather. She's entirely too beautiful. You're swinging above your weight class, brother. Speak for yourself. Nothing wrong with Canadian whiskey. Yeah, I agree. It's good shit. Enjoy your Christmas together. The jobs will still be there next year. Well, that's the problem. I wish they were finished this year so I could start with a fresh slate. What worries me is I've told everyone the 13th is when we're opening the queue again, right? So there's going to be a flood of people coming in trying to book jobs in as of the 13th, and it's going to be back to fucking shit fight. But I can't take in cheap shit anymore. No MG series amps, no probably no valve states, at least very select models. Borderline with the Mesa Boogies if I even want to keep looking at them, because I'm just sick of jobs taking forever. But people do pay for it, but paying for it's one thing, but when you've got other people knocking at the door as well, you kind of got to keep shit moving fast. So even if they're happy to pay, you kind of can't take open-ended jobs because they're never ending. And you lose momentum, and you also lose any reputation of being a reliable repairman when you take too long. Presently on the treadmill. Nice. Oh, that's what Michelle was saying before. Alright, so we're back up to where they were. Elijah Craig. I haven't had one of them. St. John's the other one I haven't tried. An Indian whiskey. I wonder how different it is. Florida greetings, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. You can't. He knows how to use it. Legend. He knows how to use the C-bomb in a non-offensive way. The Australian way. I'm from Alabama. I was born coarse. Okay. Be right back. Got to give Mum a Christmas card. Alright. You having Christmas tonight, Scotty? Get off the bloody computer, would you? Go and enjoy it. You're a Paragon for us, mate. There's a Paragon Theatre up here. It's pretty cool. I think it's shut down a couple of years ago, though, at Katoomba. I hope that you understand it. Your mental health and well-being translates to a better world. Yeah, well, not much good without it, are we? I told you that you're responsible for solving the world's problems. Yeah, that was a reference to the guy who abused me because I don't manufacture the board that he wanted me to manufacture. He started insulting me on Livestream. I don't know, I missed it. I was busy watching... I don't know what I was doing. I think I was just missed it in the chat. I might have had it set to top chat instead of live chat, which is a reminder to you guys. Change it over to live chat now because YouTube just is relentless in its attempt to hide comments from you by putting you back to top chat instead of live chat. I have no idea why. It's really stupid. So sounds like you could use a cold one. Yeah, this is left over from the Christmas barbie here. That went alright. A couple of dozen people turned up throughout the day. No doing what your first cousin wants. That's an Alabama thing. Well, you can say that, Jason, because that's where you're from. I wouldn't be allowed to say that. Goody Guitars, $5. Thanks, mate. Merry Christmas, legend. Wish it could be more, but I'm a guitar player, so yeah, no, it's fully understandable. You shouldn't even be pulling your wallet out, mate. Just enjoy it. OCD is a bugger, eh? Are you talking about things taking too long because we need to redo every fucking joint? Yeah. Yeah, that's probably one, RJ. No more fixing people's fuck ups. No more hack amps. No more Lazy J. Obviously, no more fucking roller. I'm just not looking at them. Any of the manufacturers who just are Instagram building fucking idiots that don't know what they're talking about or doing, I'm just going to refuse their amps. They can continue to stay out there and sound like shit. I'm not getting involved. I want their amps to be out there sounding as they were built forever. I don't want anyone to fix them because I want their reputation to be on the sound of that amp. I'm not fucking playing that game anymore. That really screwed me over towards the end of the last couple of months. There's so many hacked up amps. Any hack jobs I'm just going to probably decline now because it's just, no matter how much you quote, you always go over and end up losing money on them. It's better to have some tight jobs up to like 3 hours, stuff where it's a well-built amp worth repairing. You don't have to fucking redo the whole thing. And you get it out, 3 jobs a day, bang, 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 keep everyone happy, right? And any ones that you can't do that with, you just don't take on. I think that's the way it's going to have to be because I'm really getting annoyed with all these hack people getting credit for my work after I make the amps reliable and sound good. If they want them fixed, they can send them back to the manufacturer, and if they're in the US or UK, or so be it. Seriously, I'm a low voltage security tech, got canned by my company December 5th. Fuck, man. Right before Christmas. That sucks. Plan on doing amp pedal work. You are my inspiration. Keep on keeping on, brother. Mate, it's a fucking hard road. I've got to tell you. If you've got no overheads and you got a bit of experience, you can probably do a pretty good go at it, but you've got to be you got to be willing to throw hours at the wall just to figure shit out. Because you could be the best electronics engineer on the face of the planet, but you haven't seen any of this shit. So how do you know what you're dealing with? And I don't care how good you are. You're not reverse engineering a thing just by looking at it without spending time tracing it out. Unless you're some savant photographic memory weirdo that can just look at a circuit board and see all the parts on the other side and stuff as well, but I'm pretty sure that person doesn't exist, or if they are, they're very rare. I mean, you can get started in this with a pretty meager, like a multimeter, maybe an oscilloscope, but a multimeter and a decent soldering station will get you a fucking long way. And a scope will get you even further. But knowing how to use them will get you all the way. And it takes a long time. I'm still fucking learning, man. Don't sweat, my man. It's almost Christmas. Yeah, bloody oath. I gotta say, the Richard Cheese jazz in the background actually does sound quite Christmassy, even though he's singing like Disturbed and stuff. Pardon me. I spent a day playing with mics and pick patterns. Mic patterns. Spending time with Mike Patton for recording acoustic guitar. Kind of fun and relaxing. I learned a lot. Have you learned about the figure 8 there, Wes? Use a figure 8 on the acoustic. And a cardioid on the vocal. And you put the voice in the null of the figure 8 from the condenser mic that's on the acoustic. And you actually get really good separation. It's a good little trick. Or vice versa. So if you've got 2 mics pointing like that, probably should show you that way. So if this mic's the figure 8 mic, your pattern's like that. Like an 8, like that. And you've got another source 90 degree to it. Put a cardioid or hypercardioid that way and a figure 8 that way, and you get really good separation. Done that a few times. It was pretty good. I don't know why that came to mind. I think someone asked about it the other day. I did a DigiKey order from the US on 19th of December. Turned up in regional WA today. Even the postie said I was a lucky bastard. Yeah. I think the last order turned up 2 or 3 days ago. Which was some weird pots for a Stingray bass. A 25k logarithmic for the volume, and then two 50k linears with a center detent for the EQ knobs, because it's bass and treble. And not the easiest pots to find, but I did end up finding some on Mouser, and they were alpha, but the decent alpha ones are like $5 each or something. It's referencing one set of grids to ground directly on the same side of the... Oh, okay. So, okay, so they've got 2.2 meg... But they... Is it... So, is it a... I'd have to see the schematic for that. Is there a 2.2 meg resistor always as a grid stopper on that? On those two? And it just grounds the grid side? Or is the... I don't know. I'd have to see a schematic. I'll check it out. I think I got the Artisan. Yeah, I got it here, I think. Let me have a look. Because that would be really noisy. A la Mesa Boogie, if they were always in circuit. Oh, probably not that far back in the circuit, but yeah. Let's have a look while I'm sitting here. I was looking for projects to do, but I'm dead. Just brain's cooked. Black Star. There you are. Artisan 30. There we go. Dog bless my schematic database. Let's have a wee look, shall we? Desk share. Alrighty, so here's your EL84s. Alright, so you got 10k, 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 10k on the grids. Now coming from two pairs over here. Wait. So it actually is turning off one half. That'd sound like fucking dog shit. It's turning... it's turning off this pair. So, see that? They're coming up in a pair. They're joined there. Joined at the hip. Comes up here. And it's either going straight to ground. There. Or, you know, that 2.2 megs only to keep this side of the coupling cap charged. So the switch doesn't click. And when you're on the 30 watt, it's directly attached to... So that 2.2 meg is just a voltage reference so the switch doesn't pop. So you can sort of forget about that one. It's essentially when you're connected to... Well, you're connected directly to ground there. And then when you're connected there, it's out of circuit anyway. So it's out of circuit in both situations. It's just stopping the switch from popping. So forget the 2.2 meg. But yeah, that's just turning off one half of the phase inverter. That'd sound like absolute fuck. That'd sound like arse. Slightly hotter bias than a Fender. That's good. I'm finding that sometimes the phase inverter, depending on the topology, sometimes the phase inverter distortion of a Fender is a bit harsh. And after doing a bit of reading, I think it's because of the biasing. They've always got a 470 ohm there. So I think I'm going to try a 1K there. Cool it off a bit. And give that a try. Because I think, yeah, part of that harsh phase inverter distortion, I think, is coming from the biasing of the long tail pair. But yeah, that's not a great work doing it. If anything, they should have turned off one pair. So, like, turn off the 2 outer ones or turn off the 2 inner ones. And there are amps that do that. I think Orange do that. That's one way of doing it. Or you go triode pentode as well, and then you get even lower amount of power. But I don't particularly like the sound of output stage distortion. I prefer a nicely curated preamp distortion for modern sound. So if you're doing the Akadaka thing, I think you got to move some air to make it do it anyway. So cutting down the power level sort of still is a bit like a beating your way out of a wet paper bag. But anyway, Mogwix, how we doing, champions? Going bloody good, mate. Now I've just admitted defeat in 2025. I'm not going to get anything useful done for the rest of the year now. It's great. I bet my customers don't think so, but what do? You reach the point where you just can't fucking do anything. That's Sock Monkey. Hey, Merry Christmas, mate. Probably not sticking around, but stuff to do before the big day. Yeah, that artificial wall that we know as Christmas Day, eh? Where everything's got to be completed by. I'm kind of over that way of thinking. Since being a tradesman, it gets pretty tired after a couple of years. Wouldn't it have been easier if you'd just gotten a record contract? Yeah, if I was any good, I might have. When you finish all those jobs, you will get more and more and more, yeah. So, yeah, you're referencing before that there's always going to be more work, yeah. There's always going to be broken shit, that's what I tell people. Mogwix, you're not the one that reached out to me, are you? I had a triple crown in for service and it took a while. My tech, Chris, took care... hang on, are you talking Chris from Rift or are you talking Chris Tarrickson here in Australia? Took care of me, but after watching the videos, I understand why it wasn't in the queue. See, it could have been either one because they both make videos. If you ever get quiet, give me a yell for a service on a Laney Lionheart. Well, that'll never happen, so you'll just have to get in the queue there, Jason. The Marshall DSL you repaired is still getting punished by my 16-year-old son's band. That's awesome. I guess that's the one I put a new board in, was it? The DSL? Unless... oh, no, that was a DSL 40. DSL 40, so that's not a JCM 2000. A lot of people get confused. There's the DSL and the TSL series from Marshall from the JCM 2000 years, which was between 1997 and 2010, and then they ceased production. And then from like, I think it was like 2012 or something, they started making the DSL series, the DSL 40. No TSLs though. It was only DSLs. The only thing you could do if you wanted more than dual channel was the mode 4, or sorry, what's the big one? The 410, whatever. I forget the bloody model number, but yeah, the 410H, whatever the fuck that thing was. That was the big do everything one with all the micro controlled switch, channel switching, MIDI, fucking you name it. Terry, how you going, buddy? You getting some time away, mate? Here in Australia land. Hey, Brad, Merry Christmas to you and family. Hope you get a break next few weeks. Yeah, you're probably not going to see a lot from me, to be honest, champions. I wanted to do some videos. I might change my mind once I've relaxed a bit, but I kind of just want to go bushwalking every fucking day and just forget about the internet entirely, eh? And just live in the moment. So I don't know, I might change my mind when I get down there and want to show my stupid face on video again, but I kind of just want to get exercise every day and ride my push bike every day and go fishing and swimming and bushwalking and running and all that stuff I haven't had time to do. The more you don't do something, the more you want to do it. And drinking, lots of drinking. Might do a live stream or two with Dad, maybe. We'll see what happens. Like, just because it's tech oriented. We were going to restore a radio that Shell found. So we might do that. Because that's a bit of an easygoing bugger around live stream. I've got no idea when it comes to radio tech. I'm going to look like the biggest idiot in the world. But yeah, we want to get that thing up and running, and Shell will have it as a desk radio. Dad's got his little transmitter, which I think's legal. Hey, I got a Delta Blues and I don't hold it against you that you're not manufacturing the board for me, man. That you rock. Thanks. That's no worries, Jason. Well, you're from the home of the Delta Blues. Yeah, I get a lot of questions about whether or not I make the boards for the Delta Blues because they're like the classic 30 with the addition of tremolo and opto trem. It's just there's just not enough out here, man. For starters, I can't ship shit to the States anyway at the moment. Well, not cost effectively anyway. So, hooray for that! But I've got to build whatever is on the local market. So it made sense to do the JCM 2000, the FIM 2000 boards. But so many other model amps, people are, oh, can you make a board for this? I'm like, nah. It'd be like making a fucking new scratch engine for the Go-Go mobiles or something when there's like 3 in the country. It's like doesn't make sense. Yeah, I've never seen Lyle get pissed off before, but that pissed him off. Yeah, I didn't even see what happened. Can anyone enlighten me as to what he said exactly? Do you think there's a big enough tonal difference between the Friedman BE100 and Soldano SLO100 to justify owning both? Or do you think do they both get you in the same ballpark? Yeah, I reckon they're completely different. The Soldano is a lot squishier and I'm not a big fan of the stock Soldano tone, to be honest. It's a bit spongy and it's just flabby in the bottom end. Whereas the BE100s are like ultra hot rodded Marshall. It's more like a Marshall topology and it's got the chunk. The Soldano, if you tightened up the front end a bit, would get you there. But I haven't really gone. I haven't gone on a deep dive into the Soldano circuits yet, to be honest, which is a bit shit. But I think I've only ever seen one in the flesh in my whole fucking life. So, like always, I get to know the amps that there's more of out here. Like any tech, you're going to learn off the local shit. But yeah, thanks Flesh84 for the $10. Nice name, by the way. That's the year I was born. I was Flesh, born in 84. Jason, I've got a FYM 2000 in my DS100. I've been slamming it for the past 6 months. Best sounding DSL I've heard. I do think they do sound different. I tried to make them not sound different in terms of the schematic and the gain structuring and all of that, because I wanted you to put it in the amp and not drastically change the sound. However, I've often been very dubious, a little bit skeptical about this, but I think the quality of the components and the layout of the circuit board has made a difference to the tonality to the whole fucking amp. And there's nothing in science that says if you use higher quality parts, you can have a better sounding amp. But it just happens to be true. It's just one of those weird, intuitive things that just happens to be true, and it's great. But having the existing layout, I think, in some areas was a little bit on the verge of oscillation, particularly at high gain settings. And they did have problems with oscillation in the earlier revision boards. Part of the reason why they put that weird C46 or whatever it is on the valve socket on the other side that always burns up because it's a piece of shit quality ceramic. And all those layout issues, all those oscillation issues, I think were caused by the tight layout and the non-optimal layout. You've got shit running next to other shit. I sort of tried to make all my power run, obviously from the power supply end, laterally across the board to the front of the preamp with the droppers, logically spaced out through that for each power node. And then I tried to make all the signal lines on the other side of the board going the opposite direction from your controls at the front or whatever, from your up to your valve sockets, And that was sort of my principle. And then all the heater stuff way up the back, out of the way of everything, and then all your ground plane over this end. Whereas the stock layout had, even though it was a dual-sided board, they didn't follow that sort of logic, and that made most sense to me. And it seems to have given some pretty good performance. So I guess that paid off. With amp repairs, do you ever worry about putting yourself out of work? Well, fixing them up. Well, no, I do not. There are so many hacks out there destroying amplifiers. There are so many manufacturers that fucking hate you as a customer. They want your money, and they want you to just shut the fuck up and never bother them and just buy the next one when that one blows up, which it will in 3 years. They fucking hate you. And they keep making these shit amps and just terrible, cynical cash grab, low quality crap is always going to be broken shit. And when shit's built too broken to be recoverable, that's when we start doing things like making drop-in boards and shit. And between you, me, and the fence post, some of my mates are working on some pretty epic drop-in boards for some very common amps to bring them up to world-class standard, basically. And that's very exciting. Because it's a bit like back in the day where you'd buy a, I don't know, like a fucking, some shitbox car and you've dropped this big fucking awesome engine in it. It's sort of like that same spirit, you know, make a bit of a sleeper amp. From the outside it looks like a Hot Rod Deluxe, and the inside it's like a fucking Dumble, minus all the dumb shit. Make up some name badges that say sorted by Brad. I've got some mates that got in trouble doing that, Sean, from Peavey. Sent them a cease and desist, like a proper one from lawyers and shit. So yeah, they came to an agreement saying he was going to remove all the Peavey stuff off it. And then still put his name on it, or not put his name on it at all. So you can get into a bit of trouble doing that. I'd rather just fuck it, because it's always a compromise when you're doing that. I want to start building amps from scratch, from the ground up. Seeing what these people are charging for these utter piles of shit. Fuck, if I show you the design process and the logic behind the whole thing and the optimizing of it and the options you can choose, the voicing changes you can even execute yourself or with a local tech. If we make all that crystal clear using this fucking social media weapon that we've got, I think people will want that product. And plus, excluding valves, of course, or misuse, lifetime warranty. I think it'll be really hard to refuse it, even if it is like $5,000, because it's sort of like, what does $5,000 get you off eBay? We all know that. Based on the text I know, Mogwick says, based on the text I know, the work never ends. Lots of bad products on the market, lots of bad repairs. Oh, exactly what I said. He beat me to it. Someone had a super chat. It's just disappeared, but I'll get down to it in one moment. Just reading through. Reverse engineering is a skill too and takes time to develop, also being a problem solver. Yeah, reverse engineering really relies on you knowing the architecture of what you're looking at before you even trace it out. Like, identifying which amp someone's cloning with the small builders, and then finding out what they changed off that circuit gets you 95% of the way there and knowing what if something's wrong or not. Same with pedals. Like, okay, this is a fucking clone because no one does anything original anymore. Everything's just a fucking clone of a clone of a clone. So who did they clone? What was it? What was it based on? Is it based on a clone? Is it a tube screamer? Okay, you're based on a tube screamer, then you arbitrarily change resistor values because you've just you engineer with your ears, and now that stage is biased fucking ridiculously and whatever. So finding out what they were trying to copy gets you to the target a lot quicker. I was doing low voltage for cannabis grow facilities and dispensaries. Fuck that shit. I'd rather muddle through wiring diagrams and YouTube videos than sucking the corporate teat. Good move. That corporate teat can get you dental plans though. Maybe. Probably not these days. I just recommended your channel to this guitar player named Evan on another channel. He seems really cool and he's in Australia. Okay. I'll check it out. Flick me his channel too if you got a chance. Yeah, I recorded some mid-side Bloom line recordings with my 414s. Oh, you got CKGs. I love them. 414s. They were really nice. I love them on overheads. They had a real lively, almost compressed, like almost distorted sound to them. Not distorted, but just really aggressive top end to them, which was great for like rock overhead cymbals. I can't remember what ones they were, but it was funny at the recording school I went to, or at the audio engineering school that I went to. They had some KM184s, and I'm like, I'm in the studio. I'm like, this recording, something's not right here. And they're like, no, what do you mean? It sounds awesome. I'm like, something's off on that acoustic. It just sounds fucking gnarly. Something's going on here. Oh, it fucking sounds great. You fucking don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Because I was just the assistant at that time. I was like first year trainee shit. Okay, so they finished the recording session, and they send us out, all of me and this other bloke who became one of my best mates. Haven't talked to him for fucking ages though. Sent us to just wind up all the mic leads, put the mics away, and all the assistant shit that you're expected to do. And I'm having a close look at this this KM184 that was on the acoustic, and I could see just looking at the end of it that the diaphragm was all crinkled. So like half the fucking diaphragm had ripped off from its surround, and it had like pulled back under tension, and it was like literally flapping around in the breeze. Yeah, it sounded great, buddy. Your recording career is going to be fucking fantastic. Hey Brad, I'm making heavy metal. I work at a steel mill, really. The switch is switching that resistor. Ah, okay. Yeah, so that's what we were talking about before. That resistor is just used for a ground reference, so the cap doesn't pop when it's at an undefined voltage. When the switch is halfway between the two contacts. Otherwise you get a big pop when you change that switch. It's ground reference. All three terminals of that switch need some kind of voltage reference, and they should all be the same. So yeah, you can do that off like A/B switches when people, or guitar pedals. A lot of the Instagram fuckwits that build pedals, they don't realise that you're supposed to have ground reference on a full bypass toggle switch, foot switch, bypass switch. So you get this big pop every time you turn the effect on and off. If you put a 10 meg to ground on the terminals that don't have a ground reference, you don't get that pop anymore. It's like Magic Champions. 20 cents worth of resistors, and you seem like a genius to the customer. It's great. Espadrille 215, $5. Thanks, mate. Everyone's so bloody generous today. Thank you. I'm going to buy so much beer with this money. You know it. Season's greeting from Mogweeks. Canadian $5. I think we're about parity, aren't we? You might be like 1.3 Australian dollars at the moment, but it's not as bad as USA. I haven't actually checked because I haven't ordered for so long from the States. Haven't checked the exchange rate. I only really look at it when I buy off CE distribution because they don't have the automatic converter like Mouser and DigiKey do. RJ, Happy New Year. Give Pops a hug for me. What about Mum? Thanks for the 10 Canadian, mate. You bloody legend. Yeah, I'll keep you posted, RJ. We haven't finalised plans yet, but we might still try and get over there in June. I hope World War 3 doesn't break out first. I think the fucking lunatic over there's diverted his sights at Venezuela instead of Canada like he was a few months ago. But you never know, it could change overnight. All it takes is someone to say something nasty about him. I'm sure that's how the Mesa do the 100 of EL34s. Yeah, I've seen them do that. Yeah, I believe that is how they do it, max powers. And they did that all the way back to the Mark series. Even the Mark 1 I think I've seen with the power switch. Because every separate, every individual amp that came out was a bit different back then. Like a lot of primordial amp manufacturers were. They sort of build it to the customer's requests, and I mean that's probably how I'm going to start doing it. I'm not going to have like production model only. It's going to be every model's going to be catered to that customer's requirements and their playing style. So, and the Jens Benz El Diablo, man, Not great sounding amps though. I still haven't had a lot of time with one to be able to determine where they fucking went so wrong with that thing. It just sounds so, I don't know. It sucked all the character out of the guitar before the overdrive stage. But maybe it was just that one that I had that had something else wrong with it. But the main thing it had wrong with it was I think switching was fucked and the output valves were blown, something like that. But anyway, I think I did a video on that. That might have been before I did videos. It might have just been a Facebook post. Jason Taylor, $20. Thanks, you bloody legend. Yes, let's celebrate that first super on a live stream. Thanks, mate. No need to bloody pull your wallets out. I'm just happy to have you here. But thank you very much, and that will definitely go towards... Oh, man, probably alcohol. It is the drinking season, isn't it? Let's be honest. And chat just jumped by ages. Jesus, I just realised how far behind I am. Where's my AC? My 64 AC30 started sounding like a windstorm in a mobile phone. Not triad pentode. I think I may implement a proper triad cathode mode. It's okay, but I found myself... I think you mean triad pentode mode. Triad cathode mode. Hang on, it's not triad pentode. Triad cathode mode. I don't know. You guys are talking amongst yourselves. I've lost the context. Since I can't get an artist guitar in the US, give me a place to send some local moonshine, you legend. Jesus. That may be a problem because we've got massive taxes on alcohol over here, so I'm just going to get hit with a big tax bill. But in one day when I come over there, mate, we can have one in person. So just hold on to your moonshine for now. Otherwise, you are... Well, I'll get massively taxed when it comes across the border, or they will destroy it. Yeah, check your preamp valves if it comes to massive, noisy, thunderstormy type noise. And the next thing to check is your plate load resistors is the next cause. And the next cause after that is silver mica caps, which is why I don't use them at all. Not only are they massive, expensive, hard to source reliably, but they also fail, leak DC voltage, and go noisy quite often. That's 5 big negatives there, champions. Not much positives. Any positives that people perceive, oh, they sound magical or whatever, I think that's in their fucking head. Lyle led me to the phase inverter tube. Okay, hang on. Oh, okay, so it was a phase inverter doing it, was it? Oh, that's pretty rare. But yeah, if you pull the phase inverter out and it stops, it's either the phase inverter or it's something before it. Thunderstormy noises often come from right at the front end of the preamp. But yeah, they can come from a bad plate load or a bad valve further down. Valves fail in so many different ways, man. 63 Phillips, it was time. Yeah, it's had a good run, eh? 63, fucking hell. You can always cold clip the long tail bias. Cold clip the long tail bias. You mean with the biasing of the long tail pair, you mean? Cold clip it? Well, that's what I'm trying to get away from. I'm trying to center bias them instead of hot or cold bias because the uneven clipping on the output stage, people say it sounds good, but I just, you can hear the individual clips. Oh, someone's trying to ring me. Is this a junk call? Just one sec.
你好，你的电话因使用异常，将在今天停止本地数据。了解详情英语服务请按1，中文。
Go fuck yourself. Get a real job, you useless cunt. Scammers. How did that get through? Just give me a second. I'll block that number and report it. Because that helps other people not get the same junk call. I'm dropping the C-bombs like fucking crazy towards the end of the year. It's like being on the trading floor of Wolf of Wall Street in here recently, just running around like a fucking madman. And the best part about it is it gets rid of the pedants. Whenever reports scam, fraud. Yes. These, you got to give them a call type. You got a description. These people are robo cunts. Report. Someone will get a laugh for that. Probably show it on the register. Moving on. Oh, beer's broken. What are you listening to, woman? Cruel Intentions soundtrack. You are a 90s baby, aren't you? Not a baby, 90s kid. Do you want a beer? Alright. Suit yourself. I wonder if I can open my beer with an old valve. What do you reckon? That is shattering in my hand. Let's see. Where's a fucked valve? Ah, here we go. Tube amp doctor. Shittest of the shit. Let's open a beer with one. Alright, we got workbench, yep. Panny boy. It's no conduct. You can see a big, it's almost tried to burn through the fucking glass there. Oh no, it must have a slow leak, because see, that's the getter. That looked like plate. I'm realising the plate start up here. But I reckon if we go like that. Oop. Oop. Hey! Crack a beer with a 6v6. You can tell I've dialed out of work. Got to finish my dad's SAD light, add PWM so he can dim 20... Oh, SAD light. What's an SAD light? Sad light. I like phase inverted distortion. Had no idea what it sounded like until I tried to vox through it, though. Normal channel 1 stage, then phase inverter. So have you actually scoped out each stage to find out where the overdrive's happening, though? And one thing that might be fun to play with, find a 5k pot, maybe a 2-water or something a bit chunkier than your average pot, and play with that bias setting and see if you can really tune in that phase inverted distortion, then measure that resistance value and then install that resistor or close enough to it, and you really dial that bitch in. Fortunately, I live about 30 minutes south of Memphis. Tube Depot already shipping me replacement Millard per Lyle specification. Nice. That would be very handy to live where Lyle lives, that close to that place. I live about 1,000 kilometers away from my valve supplier. They still get shit here in like one day, though. They're fucking awesome. Chris Church. Oh, Chris Church. Right, sorry, I forgot about Chris Church. Yeah, he's mates of mine. Good lad, good lad. Loves his test gear. Don't we all? Loves his dog Morgan. Great festive season all. Nudge it a bit. I will. Don't worry about that, Hal. JVM, that's it. Thank you, Max Powers. I forgot the term JVM. I have started getting reports and more from Europe that the JVMs are starting to leak voltage, man. Fuck. Maybe I should get ahead of it and start designing a board now. Because there's a lot of those amps out there, man. It was the conductive glue on the caps. That's right, Jason. Yeah, conductive glue, and there was also an arc over on the PCB where they didn't put a large enough margin to a pad. So that was that one. Actually, I don't think I did a video on that. I think it was a live stream or a Facebook post or Insta post. Brad, heal up. You're not a machine. It does feel like healing after you've just thrashed yourself for like a month. Yeah, it was really rough, man. I've got to do something different in the new year. I think just being more selective and focusing more. Starting to think I might have ADD or something. I don't know. I actually I tuned into Gear Talk to talk about gear, not waffle on about what bands suck or not. Is that gear? Are you Gear Talk? Is that the Friedman one you're talking about? Or the thing is, Scotty, and everyone's got to realise this. Doesn't really matter what you tune in for. They're going to say what they're going to say, and you just need to accept that they're people that are meandering and they like to talk about different things, and just sometimes you gotta all right. Oh, hang on. Alice in Chains does suck though. I'm not a grunt. Oh, okay. No, that's a ban. Fuck you. Put user in timeout for 1 minute. There we go. Scotty's in timeout for 1 minute because he said Alice in Chains sucks. Love you, Scotty, but you're in timeout. Sorry, buddy. Oh no, I didn't realise it deletes all his messages too. Fuck. Whoops. Alright, I can still view them. Sorry, Scotty, that was more of a joke. Yeah, he said Alice in Chains sucks. That's unforgivable. But hey, just like channels are allowed to talk about what they like and don't like, and you don't really have any say in the matter, you're allowed to say what bands you think suck too. So, maybe I'll remove you from timeout. Anyway, you're in there for 1 minute. I don't know how to do that. Sorry, Scotty. It was just a joke. Now I can't make this thing go away. God damn it. Escape, maybe? Yeah, okay. Lila's a teddy bear. He does sound like one, too. I never met a tech that wasn't perpetually grumpy except Uncle Doug. Am I perpetually grumpy, though? Really? Is Lyle perpetually grumpy? I think he's a pretty happy guy. Chris from Rift Amps, man, he's like the happiest dude in the fucking world. I thought Lyle was always pissed off. No, it's just his demeanour. What you're probably not getting is his dry sense of humour. So, he's got more of an English sense of humour, Lyle. Tongue-in-cheek, dry as fuck. If a viewer tells Lyle to shut up and tech, he gets real pissed. Yeah, you should be allowed to talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. Doing a live stream. Yeah, mic clips. No, it's alright, you can chat. I think they're like $5, man. Yeah, just take one. That's alright. Yeah. Nah, all good. It's too hard to write up an invoice. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah, what'd you get?
Cabernet.
A what?
The Boss Cabernet.
Oh, the sim, a cab sim. Yeah, cool.
If you want to have a look at it.
Yeah, nice. No, I'm busy at the moment, but yeah, that's yeah, maybe if you're swinging by on the new year, swing by with it. We'll try it out. It'd be interesting to try after the Friedman BEOD and plug it straight into the interface.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fine to go straight into the PA.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, because I love the feel of the BEOD pedal. It feels just like an amp,
Right.
but then you put the cab sim after it, and now it's like you got your whole setup right there. So that'd be cool to try out. But I've got about 20 overdrive pedals I'm putting up for sale over the break, or probably early in the year. So you'll have plenty to try out, mate. Yeah, I'll put them all up on the website when they're ready to go. But yeah.
Did a Dave Whiteman, older guy, come in and talk to you ask about
Yeah.
amps?
Yeah, Dave's come in for a bit. He came in, I think, about a week ago. I can't remember if it was
And then he was,
repair inquiry.
he asked me about amps, and I went, oh, look,
Oh, he's in the market for something.
he's in market for something.
Okay, right.
And I just said, just go to Separate.
Yeah, I can't remember what we talked about, but yeah, I can't remember what we talked about, but
Because he came in to have a look at yours, he goes, well, yours are a bit
yeah,
what he wanted. But
yeah.
I
He's
didn't want to give him, I didn't want to bum drive him on something second hand, you know, that's a good one to get second hand, well, that's not a good one.
yeah,
I remember you saying, don't get a Fender or something or other because they're shit, and you've got all the boards for them that you fixed up.
yeah.
There's things like that. I just thought,
I think I might have put him onto a Vox AC15 from memory, and you can get them for like $700-800 second hand, and they're really good value for money. The biggest thing that goes wrong with them is the stock valves that are in them are shit, but that's about it really. There is 1 or 2 mods I do to them for long-term reliability, but besides that, they're really reliable and sound great out of the box, and they sort of do a bit of everything. They've got reverb and tremolo built in, master volume. That's all you need. So yeah. No, you're right. All good, mate. I'm just having a beer. Take it easy. Yeah. Talk to you then. See you, mate.
Have a great break.
All right, I've got to catch up. I'm not grumpy. I'm Grumpy's mentor. You turn the music back on.
I will. Just that song, that album page.
Ah, okay.
Cool, man.
Feed a man a fish he eats for a day, teach a man to fish, and he will sit in a boat and drink beer all day. Alright, so Scotty just said, I recently had a guy shit talk me for a... Scotty Brockway says, I recently had a guy shit talk me for an Sun 100S I fixed in the 90s. What? And somehow it was my fault that he put a 12AX7 where its 6AN8 goes, and then put a 20 amp fuse in it because it kept blowing the 2 amp, and that was your fault, Scotty. Oh my fucking god. I sympathise with you on that one, bro. The revision 5 and earlier had a 220k screen grid assist. There's a few other things updated in the later versions of the 20 or whatever the hell I got to. Yeah. Yeah. 220 screen. Did that? No, they didn't. Are you talking the JCM 2000 there, max powers? Because the screens in that run like 220k's on the screen grid. 220k. Oh, hang on. Are you talking... I don't know. I'm out of the loop. I don't know if you're talking about an EF86. I already hate myself, so I bought a Gemino. Geminos are good, I thought. I don't know. I've never seen one. Scotty says, Merry Christmas, Wes. Sorry, I'm just telling you what he's saying because I accidentally banned him. Well, I didn't accidentally, but put him on a one minute and I didn't realise it deletes all his message. PV used to be cool, freely gave schematics, bombs, layouts. Yeah, now they're not. Brad, I've told Lyle this too. You don't understand what people will pay for your build. I mean, look at the Amplified Nation, 2-Rock, Fukes, etc. Etc. It really pisses me off when people say etc. because that's not how it's spelt anyway. Some people are really rich, yeah. I mean, 2-Rock have gotten better. Amplified Nation, I believe, have gotten a lot better. And Fukes is great. I think they're worth the money. I like that Amplified Nation and 2-Rock have grown and changed over the years and gotten better. Some guys don't, and that sucks. Some guys, if they get better or change their designs, they feel like they are admitting defeat or maybe opening themselves up to liability on their previous work. I think that's bullshit. I think you should always have a... I've had amps that I built 10 years ago that have come back, and I've redone large portions of them and haven't charged a customer anything because it's representative of how I do it now, and I didn't like how it was. So I made it sound better and I made it more reliable when it was in here for a service. So I think people just need to accept that that's part of being a boutique builder and factor it in. Mr. Dogo 123, I still owe you for the 2.6 V6s to replace my faulty TADs you sent to me, Dr. John from Victoria. I sent them, didn't I? I thought I wrote the note that said don't worry about it. I can't remember, man. It's that long ago. It's like 12 months ago now, isn't it? I hope they're I think I sent you JJ's to replace the TADs. Yeah, the TADs, all they're good for is opening beers now, bro. That's probably one of them. I don't know. Well, I tried making pedals that didn't go well. From what I gather, he overcommitted with his time. He couldn't fulfill deadlines as a result, and then decided to have a divorce in the middle of it, and a lot of personal stuff just derailed everything. A lot of that was unforeseeable, and a lot of that was probably optimism and people pleasing, which I'm guilty of too. And that's yeah, it's one of those things. He is a purist. I wouldn't say he's a purist, but he's got high standards, and that's good. He really upped my game in terms of what I consider good servicing. It became a bit of a not a competition, but sort of doing each other proud sort of deal, you know. A couple of us techs that sort of reached out to each other and became mates from all across the fucking world. We made each other lift our standards, and we pushed each other forwards. It's a bit like being in a band, and you get better and you push each other's playing instead of just sitting there stagnant and doing the same shit over and over again, like some of the cloners do. We're sort of trying to push each other to do a better job each time. And of course that means when you look at something for 5-10 years ago, it's going to be a bit of a confronting experience. Oh God, I hope I haven't accidentally banned Scotty. I can't figure out how to undo it. I'm sorry, Scotty. It was a joke. If you ever see the Undercover Boss episode, you'll shudder every time you think of the PV family. I have not watched that, and I don't think I want to, because PV to me are a dead company, and I don't care. And anyone that goes on Undercover Boss, immediately I'm like, you're doing it for the fucking publicity, mate. You're one of these idiots who thinks there's no such thing as bad publicity. I don't think that's true. I think that's horseshit, because to an idiot, there's no such thing as bad publicity. But to someone with a fucking brain, I personally would prefer customers that have a brain. I don't know about you, but yeah. I use 414s and KM184s for overheads. I love KM184s, man. I got the poverty-stricken version, which I very much like, but very hot output. I had to actually make some inline pads for them, because the recording interface I had at the time didn't have the capability to deal with such massive output. But I do like them, but they're the poor man's KM184s. Poorish man's, they're not that cheap, but... And they're the little roadies. Made just down the road, bro. Still got the... Yeah, it's proper pink now. It's not doing anything. But, yeah, the old NT5s. They're beautiful little things. I like the look of them. Little pencil dynamics. And you can see the glinting off the... if I get the angle right. Where's the light? Over there. Oh, come on. Off the gold diaphragm in there. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Get it off the LED strip. Yeah, little NT5s, match pair. Well, they say matched, but, you know, pair. Great. I've got a little XY adapter plate. Got little wind socks, which is great for outdoor recordings. Got their little rubberized clips there, the original Rode ones. And I made some little shitty inline 20 dB pads back in the day when I had not much more than a soldering iron. And a set of pliers. Yeah, they're great little mics. And I hung on to them. I had the Shure PG mic kit. With its condensers as well, but I preferred those ones. The rest of the dynamics were pretty good out of the PG series mic kits. I've also got the D112, which I used on the kick. And I got the pink tape around there so you can see the glance if someone's trying to steal your mic. Love the D112. I should try that on some cabs. Sort of gets not used much anymore. I used to do live sound quite a bit before COVID. And then just a bunch of 57s and 58s for the same old, same old. should get back into recording and stuff. I kind of miss it, but there's just no time, legends. There's no time for anything anymore. Just fucking work. Speaking of recording schools, my buddy was in a recording arts program at a good school. I watched my student try to put a vintage U47 mic on a stand by spinning it around on its shock mount. He dropped it twice. Oh my god. Did you fucking punch him? Oh, that's bad. Alright, Scotty's back in. Scotty's back in. Sorry, I just had to scroll forwards to see if he eventually came back. Ah, seasonal affective disorder light. So that is that to get a bit of vitamin D into you? Get some vitamin D into your mum. I try to open the beer with a transistor. Fail. Bullshit. I can open that. I'll open the next one with a transistor. I'll see Scotty's deleted message. I don't like V30s at all. You got lots of... You're dropping the fucking hot takes today, aren't you, Scotty? I don't mind the V30s with the high gain amp. I like them. If I tried to do that, glass would shatter and cut an artery, and I'd have to go to the hospital and be like, have you been drinking? And you'd be like, yes. I did scope out the Vox normal channel, yeah, as part of testing it after I installed the mods. Lyle talked about it on it. That first stage stays crystal clean for a long time. So you mean a long time as in a long time on the dial, or a long time like upstream of downstream, I should say. Had a GZ34 Frosty out of the box yesterday. It's definitely Christmas time, and the pedals are getting into the spirit too. Yeah, had a one of those not KT88 6550s in that super bass 300 that came in. Red bearded Santa, yeah, not red for long, champion. It's starting to see that grey bit there. Which side am I? That side. Yeah, starting to go. Got a bit of salt and pepper in there. I've seen it. It's like I've got this lot like racing stripe down here, and it's just. Of course, I've got to have some aesthetic weird shit happen to me as I age. I've had it my whole fucking life. Nice watch band, thank you. These are from, I think I've gone over it in a previous one, but from Artisan Straps. I got like a bunch of them. The stitching's so beautiful on them. They're so well executed. Nice little little groove in there. There's a feature as well. But the steel band felt so heavy at work. Yeah, they're made here in Sydney. You've got a little quick release lever there, look at that. You can just release it without any tools. Off she comes. You can change them out. So if you want a colour change. And fashion, this is about as fashionable as I get. Watch bands. But yeah, I'm a big fan of their bands. I reckon they're fantastic. Time will tell as to how resilient they are, but it's not like I'm going to be swimming with it or anything. I've got the metal band still. I might swap them out for the holiday season. They're a bit more resilient for like the bushwalking sort of stuff where this might get scratched up by the rock climbing or whatever. If you look up the Thrifty Rec, one of the builders, I think I've gone into the wrong hole here. It feels a bit tight. A bit tight! If you look up Thrifty Rec, one of the builders did a ton of research on the phase inverter and its effect on distortion. Yeah, I've got a few books regarding that. That's the ones I've been reading, so... I wonder if Brad would put me in timeout if I said Tony Joe White sucks. Yeah, you just don't know what you're talking about, mate. He did borrow pretty heavily from black music, let's face it. That was a bit... Sort of like, let's go listen to this struggling musician and then a white guy makes an album the exact same shit and fucking fame. I don't think any bands suck, they're just better. I don't think any music sucks if their heart's in it. There are cynical cash grabs, which suck, but then... And there's fucking AI trash and pop slop, which sucks, but their heart's not in it. I think if anyone's passionate about it, then it doesn't suck. It's just not for you. Roy Blankenship gets a bit grumpy. Man, I think a lot of techs get grumpy from time to time, but like does your forklift driver at your work get grumpy? Fucking everyone does. It's just we're in front of a friggin' searchable database of videos and cameras and live streams and shit. So, you know, everyone gets fucking grumpy. If you say you haven't, then fuck, give me whatever drugs you're on. He rebuilt my 2203 to stock. Another hacked up 2203 adds Wes. Gave me a ton of parts. Nice. No, from what I gather, Roy's a bloody legend. I haven't dealt much with him, but we have crossed paths a few times, and he seems like a good guy. I'm not grumpy. Never mind the fuck off sign of the penis. It's just comedy, mate. It's just me being a dickhead. Not really comedy. It's not that funny, is it? End of year is brutal. I'm a project manager for a large joinery company. That's what I came from, Nigel. Project manager for a large joinery company. It took me at least 3 days to come down from end of year. I feel your pain, man. Fuck, I don't miss that shit. Architects and fucking shopping centers was the worst, and actually no, home residences were the worst. The millionaires and everything had to be done by Christmas, and they had unrealistic shit, and they changed colours at the last minute. No, I want those tiles. They've got to come from France, you fucking idiot. I don't care. I want those tiles. Okay, well fucking order them. Can I have 150 grand for them, please? Okay, there you go. So now all the other trades have been put back by their fucking last minute decision to order some imported tile from France because they're a fucking entitled cockhead. But yeah, I don't miss that shit, Nigel, man. I came from joinery, high-end shit, $12 million house shit. Like walls made entirely of mirrors and that kind of crap. And there's one tiny little scratch on the mirror because their cleaner fucked it. And now you got to smash that mirror, and you literally got to smash the fucking thing with a hammer, and because it's toughened glass with a pin punch on the corner, and order a new panel. All because there's a tiny scratch on there from some cleaner using the wrong fucking cleaning tool on it or whatever. And then they just blame you for scratching the glass, and it's your word against theirs. And do you go to court, and do you just get another piece of glass and shut the fucker up? Or fucking nightmare, man. So that's part of the reason this trade was much more appealing, because you got shorter time spans, you got smaller expectations, you don't have fucking... Some of the jobs we were doing were like $1.5 million of just joinery. It's insane. And that's a lot of responsibility, and that's a massive timeline. That's a huge project. That's a lot for a small company, and it was... A lot of the companies I worked for would bite off more than they could chew, and then they expected us to do all their chewing for them. And yeah, I didn't like that at all, which is why I left the trade. It's either that or just become a dumb dickhead on a bench that knocks up white boxes all day, and I couldn't handle that either. I needed to be involved with the design process, but then you got sucked into the, you know, being a yes man for the client, and then trying to convince your boys to build what they wanted, and it's a fucking nightmare. I don't know Roy, but I just saw a video and thought he seemed a bit grumpy. It's Tex, man. Tex can come across as real frank as well, like real, especially Frank from FGR. But what am I trying to say? Very curt, especially like Kurt over it. No, I don't know. To the point, and people can get that as... People can take offense to that a bit if you don't sugarcoat everything. Because everything is a bit matter of fact in terms of being a tech. When it comes to tonality and stuff, everything's up for argument, but when there's things that are just black and white, it works or it doesn't. Well, we just try and get to the conclusion as quick as possible, and some people can sort of take that as being a bit short with people. I don't know. And let's face it, a lot of techs are a little bit on the spectrum a bit, and probably not the best at personal communication, and I think that's not an issue. Because they could be the best tech in the fucking world, and if you're just worried that they don't sugarcoat shit for you, well, grow up, you know. I'd prefer that, like, my mechanic tells me straight up, it's this, 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 and this. It's going to cost this much. I'm like, sweet. Okay, do it or don't do it. I've got to go back to work. Thank you. See you later. That's a dream to me. If everyone worked like that, it'd be great. Yeah, it was my fault for not changing the amp design to accept the 12AX7 because all 9-pin tubes are the same. Oh, don't buy anything with compactrons, guys. They're so fucking rare and expensive and unreliable now that there's only trash left. Lyle has my Gemino now just to inspect it. Gemino is the shit. Nice. I hope he does a video. He's done Geminos in the past. I could just go back and check out his videos, but yeah. He used to buy surplus Tektronix GE 12AX7s for less than $4 each. Oh god, that would be so good. Yes, this is an old reply. The DSL50/100 JCM 2000. I meant the grid stoppers are 220k in this old one. Grid stoppers 220k. Do you mean the grid leaks, man? Did they really put 220k in the Rev 5s? Really? That's crazy high. I mean, it still work. You just have a bit of a roll off, I'd imagine. Later, yeah, mine are 5.6k. Yeah. Anyway. Yes, you did. All works well. Thank you, Brad. It's good to hear, man. I was just glad we sorted that out in the end. I was pretty embarrassed for selling those valves. We thought they were the best going around. And they seemed to be for a while, and then they all started fucking dropping off like flies. That was a big financial hit because Tube Amp Doctor made it a bit... They obfuscated the return process. Let's put it that way, to be kind. Steve Carr. I've heard Steve Carr's a really good guy. I reckon his amps are fucking ridiculous with how he constructs them and the fucking silicon that he blows all through them. But from a schematic and design point of view, and the sound of them reportedly is fucking fantastic. So what's the cleaning up a bit of splooge before you can work on a section of an amp? It's not the end of the world. I mean, fuck, it's better than a Mark V Mesa Boogie. Thanks for all the great videos this year. No worries, Sessions with Jeff. Thanks for fucking watching, mate. Bloody glad to have you here, mate. Yeah, we can see you now, Scotty. Sorry. Neil before Zod. Sorry, that was a bit of a joke. It went too far. I won't ban you again, Scotty. I apologise. Time for me to go. Early family Christmas dinner. Oh, eyes are watering. Must be the air conditioning. Thanks, Brad, for all the effort you put into your content. Banter, advice all around entertainment. Merry holidays, everyone. Thanks, Gaz. Enjoy. Have a good multiple Christmases. You probably have more than one these days. A lot of people do. It was so much worse than the average undercover boss. The ending was him firing everyone he had just worked with and sending it over. What the fuck? So you just like, oh, here's my son. Photos of my son. Yeah, I'm the guy that sends out all the packages, and I'm the guy that drives the forklift, and I'm the guy that does this. Okay. Oh, that was a lovely process. It's supposed to be like a Scrooge thing, right? You know, like he gets to see from the outside the operation of like the real world, and he decides, okay, now that I've seen all that, you can all get fucked. Is that what happened? Is he literally a massive fucking piece of shit? He was an amazing innovator, but got outflanked by outsourcers. Well, I guess, yeah, I mean, probably should take back the piece of shit thing. Maybe he just got fucking smashed by the market. If Pearl Jam is fixing the copyright strike you. Not if I keep talking. I'll put the filter on, hang on. Filters... Sometimes with the noise suppression off, you do get a bit of bleed, but you don't get copyright strike as long as he's talking over it. Yeah, Brad, the NT5s look just like the Neumanns. Yeah, they're a bit of a rip-off, but they do sound very good. What do you think of Rode microphones? Oh, damn it, just skipped again. Where are we? What do you think of Rode microphones? Yeah, they're fantastic. They're really good. Some of the, I think the NT1 is a little bit crispy in the upper mids. But for the price, man, they're unbeatable, and they're built. Just I could take these for a drive 30 minutes and be at the factory. We should see if they do tours. That'd be fucking awesome. Great for a video idea. I might reach out to them on that because they're a fantastic company. They're really good with the service and repair stuff. Like often you'll send stuff back to them and they'll just fix it for free even out of warranty. It's fucking mental. It's a bit like Fishman like that. With the loud box and that, they'll just send you another board and it's like, oh fuck, what's the whole board, main board for this cost? And they're like, $45. And you're like, no, the whole board, not like the input jack board. And they're like, yeah, $45. And you're like, okay. Send me one now, please, before the offer's over. But yeah, it's just how they do business. It's great. They stand behind their product. It's fucking awesome. I kind of hate the SM57, 58, SM7. They're what they are. I guarantee you've got some favourite songs that have a bunch of them on it. So, how you use it, eh? It's like hating your dick for being a dick. It's like, whatever. That analogy didn't go very far. I was doing a gig one time and left a D112 in my back seat. When I got back into the car, someone broke my back window and left another D112. So you don't like the D112? Okay. I love the 57, 58 and the R121. So, you know, horses for courses. You all fucking have opposite taste, whatever. By the way, I saw Hoodoo Gurus live in the 80s. Anyone else here? No, Hoodoo Gurus were a bit too happy-go-lucky for me. They had no dark edge to them, and they felt like the Wiggles, but before they were the Wiggles. I don't know. I can appreciate them now, but they were just a bit... I like the bands that had that darkness to them as well, and that... I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm a 90s kid. But they were a bit too happy-go-lucky for me. I preferred, like, the Screaming Jets and the Angels and that kind of shit. G12... You know what, Scotty? The G1265 is a very nice speaker. I just had that in that Vibrolux that Rivera modified, which I have done footage for, but I haven't had time to edit it. I probably won't until I get back to my computer editing, video editing computer at home when I get back from holidays. What was I saying? Yeah, so it had the G1265s in it. Are they a precursor of the Creamback? Because they sound very Kremler. They sound very Kremler to Screambacks. They sound very similar to Creambacks. You can tell I need a holiday. You're lucky I started growing grey at 27. Well, I started going bald at 27, so whatever. I'd rather go grey than bald. I know how to use a Unidyne family mic, and I greatly respect them for their time, but it shouldn't be the standard in 2025 when so many technically better mics exist 60 years later. Yeah, I mean, I sell Audio-Technica ATM 610s, and they're fucking better, but everyone wants a 58, so what do? Everyone just knows it's a industry standard, so everyone wants one. Yamaha Beryllium. Is that a tweeter you're talking about there, Ted? Should I change my pick from the Disc Plus to my red Santa beard? Yes, Scotty. Are you a redhead? Hello. What's this?
Oh, I'm just cleaning, doing all your paperwork and filing, and I found this. I don't understand. Or you got invited to something?
Yeah, we got. Yeah.
You didn't go, and this looks like a dick.
Yeah, I think I did read this at the time, but basically I just said to him, yeah, we're too busy, sorry. Yeah, so this is one of my customers. He got a bunch of amps restored here, and he invited us because he knew that we go down there sometimes. So yeah, that's Taburi Lakes. Well, you know where that is.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, that was his 60th, but yeah,
Little house, little story.
I told him I'm too busy, sorry mate, but yeah. No, he's a good man.
I'll just file it.
Well, I've said we might, catch up one time when we're down that way, if he's further down. But sounds like he doesn't like Ulladulla very much.
There's not much to do in Ulladulla. Maybe wear a scarf.
He mentions meth head racists in Ulladulla. I was unaware of that. I do know they've got a good tobacconist there that has cigars, but Just chatting, bro.
No,
Just
I'm not your bro.
you know, cuz. No, you're not my cuz.
I'm not from Katoomba. Hello, all you Katoomberites.
Well, someone was talking about Mississippi before when you're talking about doing a repair job for your first cousin. It's like-
I would like to one day go on a paddle steamer wheeler
yeah,
thing in Mississippi River.
one day.
One day. I have to go by it.
Maybe much later in our life with how things are going.
Yeah, isn't that we're like the type of paddle steamer people right this age group anyway? We're not the
Oh, so
prime
it's like
demographic,
river
we don't
cruises
really-
in general of old people, aren't
I
they?
could totally go river cruise actually.
I don't know. River cruise would be boring as fuck, wouldn't it?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Because it's not like an ocean cruise, like a Carnival or a P&O, because they sail in the day, where all the river cruises sail at night time, so you can enjoy the town and the city during the day. So they're docked. You get.
But I
off,
want to
you do
enjoy the
stuff.
town and city at night.
Yeah, but it depends. You might have an overnight stay, bro.
All
I
right,
am the
cuz.
person to speak about it. I do work in travel.
I'm just scared that I'd get into the
Risky?
the
Yeah, I know.
no the houseboat state of mind, because every time we'd go out to Portland and Mooney Mooney and all of that and get a houseboat and do a river sort of like a river cruise, we'd all just drink like 2 cases of beer each a day.
I do believe it's the people that you're with.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
that is the key.
Speaking of inbreds, what's not Wiseman's? What's the other town out there? Denham. Talking about North Sydney. Oh, not Northwest Sydney. About 90% of the recently pirate. Oh, I heard about Spotify. They fucking. I don't know. How does that work? Can someone explain that to me? They said they pirated 300 terabytes of Spotify music, but isn't the music like just out there anyway? Like, I don't know. Is it seriously like just the fact that they had the big database in one spot and they managed to get access to it and download it because of lack of security? Because why would a company spend money when they're already profitable? Why would they continue to develop their platform and they're already making an absolute killing on artist backs? But basically stealing their product essentially with consent. I don't know. It's weird. Brad is happy, being grumpy keeps in that way. Funny because it's true. What is the one best Australian band in your opinion? Holy come on, man. It's like saying what's your favorite fucking... I don't know. Best ever? What are we talking about? Are we talking skill? In that case, there's probably better ones out there, but in my case, in terms of just like pure skill and ability, I'd say Hiatus Coyote. And they're currently touring. If you're talking balls to the wall attitude, Cosmic Psychos. If you're talking, I don't know, what's my favourite Australian band? It varies. In the past, it's been like Screaming Jets, and then it'll be, well, you know, Akadaka, obviously. You know, the Angels, Custard, bloody Frenzel Rom. There's so many, man. Small bands like recently, the last Quokka have been great. Amel and the Sniffers are making big waves everywhere. Of course, look at the attitude on them. I love it. I reckon they're awesome. All right, third beer. They're mid-strength. They're mid-strength-ish. Still got to work for another 4 hours yet, cleaning up the fucking place before we can pack it up. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. So it depends what you're talking about. grumpy like that scene in Game of Thrones where Thoros asks the Hound why he's always in a foul mood. It's his experience, yeah. Now this is why we watch. Hey, Lars here. How you going, legend? Sorry, I'm way back in the chat. I might just catch up, so I'll just skim read. If architects are geniuses, why do they always put the heaters under the windows and all the power outlets in the stupidest places? I think they've gotten better at that, Scotty. The main thing that pissed me off about architects is they just deny that the laws of physics are a thing. They want suspended benches and shit. It's like, that's going to cost $50,000 of framework underneath to make it structurally sound. They're like, no, that's not in the budget. It's got to be like 10. Like, no, I just told you it's like 50. And it's got to get signed off by an engineer. And they're like, no, you don't have to worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'm like, you're saying don't worry about that because we're the ones that get fucking sued if someone dies, not you. Nah, should be right. We've done it all the time. We do it all the time. No. We don't want the job then. And then the boss comes to me and is like, look, we need this job because it got like $1.5 million worth of joinery. So we've got to make this one happen. I'm like, okay, are you going to spot the 40 grand difference between what we need to do and what they want to do? It's like, well, look, meet them halfway. See if you can sort of get it like a bit trimmed down. And it's like, no, this is like a ton of rock suspended above a, it's like talking to fucking children. So I just said, I've had enough of this. I'm out. I'm not putting my fucking life on the line over some cheap fuck and some... Anyway, moving on. Larry Amps 4-channel 5-year wait. 5-year wait list. Fuck. How do they get away with a 5-year wait list? People would be spitting chips, as we say over here. HVAC vents more efficient near a window. So I guess in winter... you're heating, but wouldn't the window be... I guess, yeah, well, I guess it would introduce turbulence, because that's what you're after, isn't it? If you just end up with like a cyclic flow that doesn't spread throughout the room. Man, gas, like turbulence, like fluid dynamics is so complex. It's like chaos theory shit, man. Incredibly hard to predict, but I suppose if you have, so in winter you got cold air coming from the window going down just from the glass, even if it's shut, then you got hot air coming up, so they're mixed together and you get all sorts of turbulence. And then in summer the other way around, you got hot window air going up, you got the cool air coming down, so then they'd separate and then they'd probably meet at the other side of the room and do the same shit. I'm tipping some beers and having a great time. Merry Christmas, everyone. Good on you, Goody Guitars. You're from Europe, aren't you? Euroid. Are you Sweden or Switzerland? Maybe I'm completely wrong there. It's hard to remember everyone's location. Wait, is Victor... Oh, hang on. Thing just scrolled on me again. Wait, is Victor not here? We're incomplete. Yeah, Victor. Where is Victor? I haven't seen him in the chat. Let me keep my eye out. We do not have a quorum. No quorum. 5 rums instead. It was Hartley's daughter's husband. That's what happened, but it's over anyway. So yeah, fuck. Maybe I'll watch it over the holiday break, but I think I'm going to spew in my mouth a little bit the whole time. But we'll see how we go. It builds resilience. Then again, YouTube is doing that stupid thing with people's names again. You know what? At my end, looking at OBS, everyone's name's gone back to normal. Sweet. There are better mics on the market than Rode now, but they don't suck except for one Mega Bright LDC. I can't remember the name of it. That's probably the NT1 I was talking about, Lyle. And the NTK, which is their tube one's a lot smoother. But you got that separate power supply and shit to worry about, which is a bit of a brick. It's pretty fucking big for what it is. The NT1, maybe it's the NT1A. Yeah, Mycosis. The NT1 proper is pretty smooth. Yeah, NT1A. Yeah, I remember. I don't think they didn't have one at the audio school I went to because we were playing with like U87s and shit. And C414s, and I think they didn't have a U47, but they had a couple of Ribbon mics too, but I don't think they let us use them. But then I was working at the Robertson Brothers studio, and did some wiring for them in the walls and stuff, and I sat in on a few sessions and just a general assistant plugging shit in and micing up drum kits and shit. And they had an NT1A, they had an NTK as well, but the power supply was on the fritz, so I took that home and fixed it for them, brought it back, and they were over the moon over that. I haven't heard from them for a long time. I'm still sound from them and stuff, but this is fucking 20 years ago. 15 years ago, they're still touring. I saw a promo thing somewhere. They've got like a weird fan club of like 80-year-old women that follow them around everywhere. They're like 60 then, but anyway. Yeah, they had an NT1A, and I'm just hearing it just going, holy, that is, that's an aggressive mic. But, hey, for some people it might work. If you get that vocal fry thing going on with some female vocalists, it might work perfectly nicely. It depends. There's no bad sound. It's just what suits what. I mean, look at fucking Trent Reznor, right? Alright, so just for Lyle, before, because he wasn't here, we'll open a beer with a 6v6. There we go. Our favourite Tube Amp Doctor. It is good for something. There we go. Spin the black circle. Good for cymbals then. If you're after that sound, they can be a bit over the top there. Just dropping in for a few minutes since I still have to get up and work in the morning. You poor bastard. Where are you, Richard? You are working Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. Depends where you are. Wiggles with dark edge, the Woggles. Well, you know the Wiggles, they came from a band called the Cockroaches, which are a pub rock band. And they've reformed now that all the old fuckers have aged out of the Wiggles. Now it's just creepy to see 60, 70-year-old men in the fucking... the Wiggles. Well, they're not that old, but 60-year-old men in the Wiggles. They've all aged out, so I think they've reformed the Cockroaches and gone back to playing pubs, which is fucking awesome. Microphone, Yummy Beryllium. I'll have to look into that, Ted. I've not heard of that. Beryllium's not a fucking friendly compound, depending on how it's... well, it's not a compound, it's an element. But depending what compound it's in. But I think that's generally beryllium oxides that aren't good. Nick Giannopoulos project. Hey, that's old mate from Wogboy. Hey, Brad, it's -20, Mark. Oh, you should have sent that whiskey to yourself, brother. Keep yourself warm. Oh, Flash 84. You and Lyle taught me off the Mesa Ledge. I'm realizing I can get similar tones with better build quality. Marketing psychology is real, especially when I'm dumb. Thanks for the advice. You know what you want? Flash 84 for half the price or a third of the price. You could get yourself an angle. Get yourself an angle. What are they called? They've got all these aggressive sounding names. Fireball, fucking Iron, fucking whatever. Listen to some videos. Go online. Have a quick listen. Try and find an honest. You know, guys that we listen to, guys that are part of this little crew. They're going to be honest about it. Try and find some angles with some sound sample videos. I think the Screamer 50 from memory was a pretty good one that I didn't mind. They've got a few weak spots. Their boards are inverted, so you pretty much have to disassemble the thing to flip it over and access the component side. But so does the DC series from Mesa. So does half the amps you work on these days. You've got to flip one of the boards to do something. Especially with radial caps these days. The only other thing is their HT traces are very thin, like 0.5 mil thin. But hey, they'll act like a fuse, eh? Just like Mesa. But besides all that, they're really good sounding amps, and I haven't seen one fail in that manner. So I hope everyone has all the RAM containing stuff they need, because RAM and SSDs and video cards are going to get more pricey, like the AI bubble burst. I had a 64 gigabyte DDR5 1.25 volt Kingston, was it RAM? module in my shopping cart, or two of them, 232 gigs. They were at $499. Now they're at 980 something. I think there's probably a lot of opportunities in there, just like remember the COVID fucking price hikes as well. All these corporations, they won't miss a fucking opportunity to bend you over and stick a dick right up your ass. So take that into account, and maybe just wait until it settles down, because if the AI bubble bursts, you know what's going to be cheaper than fucking dirt? RAM. And CPUs and GPUs and everything. There's going to be a fucking lot of them floating around on the second-hand market as they try and get their money back. Just like all the crypto shit. Used to be able to get video cards real cheap once all the crypto fucking hype died down a bit. Happy Xmas from New Zealand, Brad. Sitting in the sun of the beer in your live stream. Perfect Xmas Eve. Thanks, mate. Well, thanks for bloody joining us, Dave. Still got sunny? Yeah, I don't even know what fucking time it is. Well, it's just gone 5 o'clock. So that is our shop closed for the year. Lyle says, Merry Christmas. Merry Summer Christmas, Michelle. My favourite. Michelle's favourite amp tech for you. Hey, I live in Katoomba. Oh, Mick. How you going, mate? She always asks, did you say hello on the live stream for me? I go, you're fucking asleep. You're drooling on the pillow.
It's a standard greeting. Every time you speak to Lyle, it's like, I'm speaking to Lyle.
Here she is. Mick Fry's here too. How you going, Mick?
Hey, Mick.
How you going, legend? Hope your Wizard amp's going to fucking kick ass. I didn't have time to do a bloody video on that because everything got out of hand. But yeah, maybe one day we'll crack it open again. And
just because you live in Katoomba, though, where you're born in Katoomba, I feel like there's a big differential there for Katoomba-rites. Born there, live there. You know, just on my.
No, he just lives there. He's born.
I was just making sure because of my previous comment.
He's born in. Oh, yeah. Don't worry, everyone. It's the internet. People got 3-second memory. It's fine. You don't have to worry about it. Shropshire. Shropshire. River just emptied. What?
Shropshire.
Okay, I gotta Google this. What happened to Shropshire River? Oh, I'm bleeding. Cut myself on a chassis. What's new? Shropshire. It happened again. Oh, it's the sinkhole. Major incident declared over giant hole at canal. Don't talk about your mum like that. The giant hole emerged, leaving boats stricken in the holy shit.
Oh, I saw this on TikTok yesterday.
TikTok. Yeah, it's just the sinkhole opened and it just drained.
Yeah, the boat just went.
Shit, hang on, I'll just share the thing. Desk share. Holy fuck. What is it? That looks like a river cruiser.
I reckon it's a houseboat.
Houseboat.
It's just.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
Sinkhole. Oh, God. It's aiming retiree ads at me. Ah!
Because you're looking at Shropshire.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's because everyone in the UK is like over 70. That's right.
And you're on the BBC.
Yeah, everyone in... Look at all the ads. Everyone in the... This is... Oh, look at... Australians are redefining getting older. Fuck you, BBC. Just because your age distribution map looks shit. Yeah, look. Everyone's like over 50. Are there any children in the UK or what? Weird. Anyway, yeah, that's weird. So the river's just drained. Just a sinkhole and fucking out she goes. So where did all the fucking water go? Do they know where it drained out to? Oh yeah, there we go. So that's it draining out, is it? Yeah, right. It doesn't look very deep. Looks like 3 foot deep. So it's like a... That's weird, man. You guys engineer shit weird. Moving on. That's how quickly I dismiss things. Yes, Brad, I'm as ginger as you, and probably whiter, being a Finnish descent. Are you from Finland? You're a fish eater, Scotty. Wow. Hey, I live in Katoomba. Okay. Oh, so he's going back. Yeah, it's because we're so far behind in chat. I've got to catch up. I've got a skim read. Okay. Is Station Bar still going in Katoomba? Used to play there on tours before COVID. It was a wild joint. Got some stories. Yeah, Station Bar's kick-ass up there. It's awesome. It's one of the places that really revived Katoomba. It went through a bit of a, I don't know, felt like a bit of a dead period with Tresselli's and stuff going bankrupt and or closing down or whatever. and a few of the pubs and that closing down and being in and out, like Gearan's shutting down, which sucked, and the culture sort of just redistributed to some other places and whatever. I want a Brad's Guitar Garage beer coolie. They are actually called Koozie, but I refuse to verbalize that. So Goody Guitars must be US then, or Canadian, because they call it beer koozie. I want a beer koozie. Over here we call it a stubby cooler, because for some reason glass bottles we call them stubbies, because back in the day they used to have a short lid, like they're like triangle shaped up to there. VB bottles are still like that. Let me show you. Oh god, I can't type anything today, man. So this is a stubby, and this is what I grew up on. From when I was born, they put me on the bottle fed, which is these. Knock off, old mate. Thank you. Get permission from VB. So we called them stubbies, and because they were everywhere, and VB was like the most popular beer, we called them stubby coolers, and it just stuck. VB launches new limited edition nickname stubbies for gifting season. Knock off boss, knock off pigeon, knock off tickets, knock off sauce. That'd be me. Knock off shooter, knock off muscles. Yeah. Well, at least they're telling you to drink after you've knocked off instead of you crazy Germans. They have all the original files, all Og Vorbis. Really? That format's still around? Sounds like Brad is going on a cruise soon. I hope not. Cruises suck. They're like floating RSLs. We call them stubby coolers. Yep. Okay, he's backed me up there. Always wraps a big muff. How do you even define best? Yeah, that's what I'm reckoning. The Seekers, yeah. Yeah, the Seekers, they were big. Ragdoll. That's old mate Leon Todd's band. The acrobatic guitarist. Wish I could drink beer on the job. I've knocked off, Merrill. I'm not working, buddy. Do you see any work getting done around here? I've given up. She had, yeah, the New Zealand, but we claim she had. We claim Crowded House too. Crowded House are Australian now because we've said so. Really cool to hear about good bands on the other side of the planet. Yeah, fucking oath. I should do more on that, I guess. Guitar 78, $10. Thanks, legend. Oh, I also missed there Dave Dredge, New Zealand. Welcome to the Small Cappuccino Club, brother. Hopefully there'll be some more time to do some members only content in the new year, but at the moment we're flat out. Well, not anymore because I've called quits. Due to both Lyle and Brad's vids on the subject, I chose to go with crab amps for my Mesa needs. Love my Crab Marcus M2C+, Mark 2C+. And a way to drag them with a dual recto lead channel. I have done a video on Crab Amps Guitar 78. There are some issues that I think you should get sorted in that amp, but they're not too expensive to sort. So don't stress. Just first priority, make sure the safety ground is solid and not grounded through powder coat. Just watch my video on the Crab Satan, I think it was. I think it was 1 or 2 part video from about 6 months ago or so. Oh, yeah, Go-Betweens, fucking oath. Big fan of the Church back in the 80s. Yeah, the Church are fantastic. The Birthday Party, the Scientists, the Saints, fucking the Sunny Boys. So many punk bands to start with S over here. Ragdoll is... Oh, just skipped again. So frustrating. Ragdoll is great. Leon's a great guy and awesome guitarist too. Yeah, he's too good. He's got to get a bit shitter at guitar so he doesn't make us all feel so bad. I just checked out Screaming Jets. Sick of LA, needs something fresh. Yeah, Screaming Jets go back to like I think like 89, something like that. They got together. Their best stuff, in my opinion, is the early 90s. Well, all the 90s. All of the 90s, they were fucking top of their game, and then. Early 2000s, they had really good production, and they just sort of they rode the wave of popularity quite a bit, but then they kept producing amazing music, but maybe it just wasn't getting played as much on the radio, that kind of thing. So they're still making amazing music. And Scotty, our man Scotty Kingman, he is in the band, and he's a fucking legend. And the album I believe he produced, Chrome, is one of the best mixed rock albums I've ever fucking heard. It's fucking amazing. And their latest album featured, had Paul Woseen in it. All the recordings were done, and then unfortunately he passed away somewhere between the finishing of the recording and the release of that album. So we lost Scotty. Fucking hell. We lost Paulie on that during the making of that album, but he's luckily had recorded all his parts, so it ended up being a bit of a tribute for Paulie, and we miss him dearly. He's a fucking legend, and never going to be the same band without his backup vocals doing the harmonies, because he had such a distinctive harmony voice on and his staccato playing bass was just spot on for that Aussie pub rock sound. Found an obscure Melbourne band named INH. Their lead singer Rhiannon Page is now solo. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I'd love to find a great 4x10 in 2026. Brad just scored a sweet one. Yeah, I certainly did. I told old mate, sent him a message and said, can you hold off sending that until the new year, because we're going to be out and about and shutdowns over Christmas and shipping issues during Christmas and whatever. And he's like, I was hoping you would say that. Just give us the word. And I said, yeah, I'll give you the word probably mid-Jan. I'm in no rush to get it as long as it gets here eventually. I'd rather it takes time and gets here in one piece. And he was, it's a legend. And I can't wait to get it, and I can't wait to get the amp happening and have a big fucking full stack. It's a 1973 Marshall straight cab with a checker, what do you call it? Checker pattern grill cloth. So it's a year before the one that I've got here, which is the angled one. But they've both got the original 55 hertz greenbacks in them. So I'm hoping and praying that those speakers are in good condition. Pardon me. Surprised it didn't open the 6v6, yeah. Beryllium metal's very toxic. Is it the beryllium metal that's toxic, Ted, or is it the beryllium compounds? I'd prefer to stay away from both, because obviously if you have a chemical reaction with the metal, it can make a compound. But yeah, I know the big no was I think it's beryllium oxide. There's sort of like a heat spreader thing in the magnetrons of early microwave oven, microwave ovens. They're like a white or pink donut shaped thing that's around the gun. Angle Screamer wasn't too bad. Had one of them in recently. User error though. Didn't end up opening it up. Oh, sweet. Well, that's always a win, isn't it? Believe it or not, champions, we do want you guys to get away with a cheap repair. We don't want to fleece you for all you're worth. We want you to keep creating music, and that's counteractive to that. It's midnight here. Lyle turned into a pumpkin. Brad's right on Shropshire. Grew up upon. Yeah, I thought it was Shropshire. It is Shropshire. She thinks I'm just yelling at the camera. Michelle, it is Shropshire. No, it's Shropshire. It's Shropshire. 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 Fuck work. Fucking oath. Sorry? No, thank you. Michelle's doing filing. When did that happen? Looks like a man-made canal, not a river. Industry. Looks like a man-made canal, not a river. Yeah, it does. Massively. It looks like perfectly same depth and air. Keep the warm hand and beer cold. Yep. Yep. Your stubbies remind us of Mickey's in the US. Mickey's beer. Okay. Mickey's. What's Mickey's beer? Mickey's beer. Mickey's. Malt liquor. What is malt liquor? Is it beer? Yes, I'm 21 or older. I'm fucking 21. Can't believe you guys have got to wait till 21 to drink. Well, I don't know. Maybe given what it does to your brain, you should wait until you're like 30 to drink. But anyway. Work for me. I'm just fine. Looking forward to more great streams. Are you is this a great stream? I don't know. A friend's VW Golf has a built-in bottle opener and a center console. German necessity. Yeah, they have beers like. If you work for a big company and they provide lunch, they'll provide you with a fucking beer at lunch. They probably have reduced alcohol, but who knows? It's still fucking awesome. G6 or G7, this conversation's happening here. I'm unaware of. What's new? Just skip forward a bit, but I'm just going to keep skipping forward at the moment because it's 5:15. We're getting all the ground solidified, but prefer their layouts to the spaghetti warehouse of messy innards. Yeah, spaghetti's pretty full on in the old messes. My Dexcom glucose monitor just failed. Shit. G6. Oh, okay, so we're talking about glucose monitors. Right. Okay, right. It's evolution, baby. My friend Lucinda. Your friend is Lucinda Williams? Are you friends with Lucinda Williams? Holy shit, Richard. Sometimes you don't know who you're talking to on chat. You just think, just a fan, but sometimes people are fans and fucking well connected. Just toured with Paul Kelly earlier this year. Holy shit, that's awesome. Ah, sorry to hear that, Goody Guitars. 2 years ago, lost your mum. Oxides are relatively iron-y, raw metal, super toxic, inert. Oh, okay, you meant inert. Brad, have you ever looked at any conductive grease for pots instead of just deoxit fader lube? You don't want conductive grease in a pot because when it ends up places where it shouldn't be, then you get all sorts of problems. But then it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think the lubricants that we use are specially formulated for it, so maybe they're a tiny bit conductive. Because if you had a full-on dielectric grease, I'd imagine that I don't know a lot about it, to be honest. I just buy the shit that is meant for it, and I've been fine. But yeah, if you think of it from an outside perspective, if you got conductive grease, obviously it's going to fuck up the tape and maybe ground itself or short out the terminals, that kind of thing. But if you got very slightly conductive grease, you'd imagine it would be better than dielectric grease, because if you have proper good quality dielectric grease, it's always going to be a layer between the wiper and the fucking conductive track. So you're going to have intermittency at best, unless it's shit grease and doesn't do a good job of keeping a film between the two moving parts. I don't know. I need to do more research on that. At the moment, all I do is just buy the shit that's meant for it and move on. It works. There's sometimes a pot which won't get cleaned up well enough, so you got to replace them, like that Stingray base I was talking about earlier with the special pots with the Santa D10 to add the sauce from Mouser, which luckily got here within a week or so. Is Ted here the amp person in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada? If so, a fellow voiceover guy in New London were talking about him today. That's a lot going on in that comment. Okay, this chat, I scroll up and it scrolls down. I scroll up, it scrolls down. I scroll up, it scrolls down. Fuck me. It's not conductive like a short. Ah, okay, right. So it's just slightly conductive. Well, that'd work then. Yeah. I just use, if I'm using a fader or something that's easily accessible, I use this shit. The deoxit. This shit here, which is great on, well, you know, you can use it lubricant for conductive plastic faders and controls, but it works on the carbon ones too. And I haven't had any issues with it over many years. And that's probably a 3 or 4 year old bottle, and you can see how full it is. That's how little you use. And then if I'm spraying stuff into a pot, I'll use this stuff here, and it's been fine. Like I say, I've used it on my own shit, and I tested all this stuff early on just to make sure it was good to use. And yeah, it's great. It's only about $8 a can Australian, so it's like $4 US a can. One can lasts you about a year, even as a full-time tech. It's good shit. Malt liquor maybe refers to the barley malts and all that jazz. So over here, if you say liquor, you're referring to fucking whiskey or spirits, right? That's liquor. This is beer. Anything that's like 10% or under, even sometimes a bit over, that's beer. That's not liquor. Over here, we call spirits liquor. Just don't mind the fact that I've got all this. I showed it earlier in the stream. I'm not an alcoholic. I probably am, but anyway. Is Mesa Spaghetti the Mesa Spaghetti where it gets its name? I've known Lucinda's husband for 40 plus years. Wow. They say dialectic is more in dielectric. I think you need an R in there. Is more intermittent. Yeah, I imagine it would be. Dielectric would be a bad thing to use. I could just use graphite. Scotty, thoughts on using M3 by 7mm washers on Floyd Rose saddle screws to spread the load a bit? I have seen it used. I just recorded a video. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I just recorded a video on a fucking AliExpress dime bag washburn copy, and it's the shittest guitar I've ever seen. And they used aluminium. They made the bridge, the saddles out of soft as fuck aluminium. Aluminium's like the brie of the metal world if you're talking cheeses. It's soft as shit. You could probably snort it. The nut and the locking tabs on the nut were made from aluminium. The saddles, the base of the bridge. So as soon as I went to tighten up an intonation screw on that with 2 fingers on a screwdriver, and I fucking stripped the thread because the screw's only holding on to 2.5mm of metal. Pathetic. Don't buy shit off Amazon, AliExpress, Temu, all of those fuckwits. They don't deserve your business. They are scams, and they can get fucked. Don't buy anything from them. They should be shut down, put out of business. They're fucking scams. They're scams. But anyway, yeah, using a washer could help spread the load, but it could also possibly, if it's soft, sort of work its way into the slot and form like a saddle shape and actually end up having less surface area. Depends on the saddle, Scotty. I guess just try it and don't over tighten shit. See if it works. The best ones are the Gotos because they've got like a mushroom head screw and it's got wider surface area. But you got to make sure you use a real good Allen key in it because they are a shorter head on the screw. You've only got about 2mm of engagement there with the driver bit. Yes?
I'm just going to duck home and run and just go and do my cans out because I need them done for Christmas and they're closed now. And then I'll come back and then...
They're closed now?
Yeah, the campaign is closed.
So why are you getting them now?
I'm going to go to the hand ones. At least they're done and then my laundry's in.
The what hand ones?
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
I'll be back.
Okay. See ya. I was going to finish the stream up soon anyway, but...
We'll do that and then I'll come back. We'll go have some...
Alright.
We'll have burritos.
We'll figure it out. No worries.
We'll go burritos and I'm going to go home and make some biscuit balls and I'm going to make mum slice for Christmas for tomorrow.
I think you're overestimating how much time's left in the day, bro.
Yeah, bro. I can cook all night. I've got all my presents.
We've got
wrapped.
lots of other stuff to do, mate.
All my presents are wrapped. I even bought a present for you to give me tomorrow.
You bought a present for me to give to you. Fucking hell. That's how you know I'm a good husband.
I left. There's a page open on your computer as well if you want.
Was that the one I saw with like the plant root pot holders?
No, that's what I got your parents.
Oh.
Yeah.
It looked like AI photos on that, so be careful.
I know they're really hard to contact. I haven't applied, but anyway. No, there's something else on City Cave website. So if you need it.
Where's CDK?
City Cave.
City Cave. What's that? Is it nearby? Oh, it's vouchers. Right. Wife does everything. Good techs are busy. I know another guitar tech that does good work, but he's very high and mighty. Yeah, I'm not that, but I am very busy. Man, it shits me how that chat skips, dude. It's so frustrating. As soon as you touch it, it just skips. Goes all the way to the end and you miss every chat. Now I've lost where I'm at. Let's scroll past it. I'm hoping for a Sundragon amp in 2026. What, you going to buy one? Aren't they like 12 grand? Alright, we're back. Gents, what happened to Santa? I ate him. He's in my belly. Flip the mouse, see if that fixes the scrolling problem. It's not the mouse, bro. It's the it's the YouTube chat engine. It happens on the YouTube chat. It happens in the YouTube chat window in OBS. All the other streamers complain about it. I use CRC to clean and fade a lube after. Yeah, that's critical. If you use CRC, it's just a solvent. So you need something to replenish that lubricant afterwards, because it'll probably like one little quick spray. You might just dilute the lubricant a little bit and redistribute it. But yeah, if you give it a good squirt, you'll just wash all that shit out and then it'll just destroy itself. Mad Techie, how you going, brother? It's like 10%. Drunkards love it. Used to be like $1.25, maybe $2 in US now for 40 ounce at 10%. Fucking hell. No wonder the pissheads love it. 10% beers over here are like $20, $30 each. I went to get a they've got a beer here. It's just like a party trick beer. It's called a FA18. It's 18%. It's like a IPA or something they call it. It's so high in alcohol that you can't really carbonate it effectively. So it's slightly carbonated when you pour it, but the head pretty much disappears straight away, and it's got a very syrupy mouthfeel, but it's 18%, named after the plane, the fighter jet. But that was like $26 Australian for a single can, and it was only a 375ml. So yeah, bit late to the party. That's all right, mate. It's the last day of work. I've signed out for the year. I can't get anything done now. My brain's fucking cooked. How is American beer? It's like making love in a canoe. It's fucking close to water. Yeah. It's fucking... And you know what Belgian beer is? It's like having sex or camping. It's fucking intense. Yeah. I was going to use stainless washers, and yeah, over-tightening is meh. Yeah, if you use them, Scotty, if they're like 0.75 of a mil thick or something, as long as you got enough length in the screw, they'd really distribute the load nicely. But if it's a little 0.25 mil thick thing, it's probably going to do more harm than good, to be honest. Mates, well, I've got you here. Does anyone know anything about the Orville Les Pauls? Orville. Am I getting them mixed up with Heritage? I think I've had one in and it was really, really, really good. But I'll probably have to get back to you on that one, Mogwix, because that was some time ago. The trick with Floyd's is do not over tighten things. Yeah, but when it's aluminium, man, like literally 2 fingers on the screwdriver and she ripped the thread out because it was aluminium piece of shit from Amazon. They distort and lose their integrity, especially the string clamp block cavity. Yeah. You know what? Even with that limited torque that I was able to apply to the intonation screw on that Floyd Rose, 2 or 3 fingers on the screwdriver. The screwdriver was about that handle size, so I'm talking like that. Even that minimal effort that stripped the screw thread in the bridge base, it had already spread apart the little forks that the screw goes between. An absolute pile of shit, not fit for purpose. Don't buy anything. Don't buy any fake guitars, guys. And you know what? There was a dime bag, and the pickups looked like they had about 50 wines on them. I looked down inside the bobbins of the humbuckers, and like there was just air, man. There was like, it looked like there was barely any copper on those coils. And you know what dime bags pickups were like? They were overwound like fuck. When I was in high school, we'd drink Schlitz Bull malt liquor, which is a strong beer. Does malt liquor taste like beer? Does it just taste like shit beer, does it? Can you recommend reliable filter caps these days? Yeah, I always recommend reliable filter caps every day of the week. If you're asking which ones are reliable, for axials, I use Tube Amp Doctor for large value, high voltage. For low voltage in high values and low values, I use Vichy. Not Sprague, Vichy. Vichy Sprague are overpriced horse shit. TKs. If it's just marring, the washer idea could be a thing. Maybe use stainless and put slightly rounded side down. Yeah, so when they press the washers, there's obviously a side that's got like a slight burr on it. It's got a bill burr. Flip that washer upside down so the smooth donutty side is pushing downwards and the burry side's up towards the screw, and you'll have less of a chance of marring it. There's also, you could use things like fiber washers, but yeah, I think they'd probably get destroyed the first time you used it. If you're worried about the marring, you know, possibly a washer and a fiber washer. But yeah, you're getting a bit obsessed there, aren't we? Yeah, the plating gets marred because of the screw type. Yeah, well, just the friction. Even if if you got a washer there, want to take care of my vintage Floyds. I sold a vintage Floyd to someone. It was a 1984, and it was like $450. I think I sold it to him for like $350 because he's a good customer. But I had no idea that they were going for that much. It's crazy. Standard Sun Dragon combo is 4K. Okay, but then he's got like the Primo one too, doesn't he? And that's oh shit, forgotten his name. Oh, you've got mutual friends. No, I can't remember it. It'll come to me. Sure, you guys will remind me. I have an older Ibanez guitar guy offer me an Orville LP on a trade. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I don't want to put you into a sale or not, but I think I remember them being very good, but you have to do a bit of research. I don't hate Floyd Rose. If someone ever makes a good one, I'll buy it. Yeah, they do. Goto makes a really good one. But do you need one? That's the question. The Super Dragon, maybe that's what I'm thinking about, Richard, is $22,500 US. Well, you know, you could buy you buy 1.5 of those roller premium JTM 45s for that, couldn't you? They're $14,500. No, you could buy 2 of them because it's US dollars. So you could buy 2 JTM 45s, one for when the other one shits itself, which should happen pretty soon. Orville was a predecessor to the Epiphone Les Pauls. Okay, Orville was Gibson's made in Japan. Yes, they were made in Japan, so they were fucking awesome. That's right. Yeah, because I remember thinking Japanese. I did have one, and if it's the Japanese ones, they are very good. So have a closer look at that one if the price is right. Yeah, the Goto 1996T is arguably better. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Don't know who built them. Fujigen. I don't know. I'm sure if Six was here, he'd say it straight away because he knows fucking history about everything. Can't keep my Fender trims in tune. Don't worry about it. It's rock and roll, Scotty. You know what would keep them in tune? Deck 'em, bro. Down only travel. It's like a hardtail then. Have you tried a trim setter, by the way? Yeah, marginal effectiveness. The only thing I don't care for after the Orville by Gibson's, they started using different clear coat than lacquer. Okay, so they started using poly. Well, that's not a bad thing if it's applied thinly. She'll put the close sign up. Yeah, all the lights are on still. It's almost 6 o'clock. Just turned off the Christmas lights and locked the door. Oh yeah, she's put the holiday notice up. All right, we're officially on holidays, champions. Fuck. It's kind of not sure how I feel about that, given the amount of work I should have had finished by the end of the year. I haven't. I played in Orville. It was super heavy. The guy told me it was Gibson approved Japanese luthiers to make Les Pauls in Japan. They did a better job than the US luthiers. Well, no offense, but it's kind of how it goes. Japanese are the oldest woodworkers in the fucking world. They're just obsessed. You ever seen on YouTube or something? Be like, this Japanese artisan's the one of 3 people in the world that makes fucking hourglasses by hand. It's like, okay, there's a demand for that, is there? All right. This person makes soy-based inks and has done for the last 1,500 years in a family tradition. It's like, okay, this person makes wooden spoons. This person makes handcrafted fucking hairbrushes and has done for the last 5 generations. It's like, holy fuck. Are all Japanese people just autistic as shit? Or but they have to be obsessed with this one thing they do, and it's like, it's so, like, don't get me wrong, I admire the fuck out of that. I reckon it's great, but who the fuck's got money like $300 for a hair comb? Like, it's cheaper to live there than here, but not massively so. Like, don't know, it's weird. This artisan makes bowling balls and has done for their whole life. Like, how do you get into like such a specialized thing and still be able to make a living? I don't know. Maybe YouTube's just targeting me with clickbait. Stream froze. Did it though? Mitch Colby, that's his name. Thanks, Lyle. Malt liquor tastes like bad decisions. Fucking. Okay, so it's just because it's strong, righto. I understand. CAD caps, axial caps are my go-to as well. That said, I had 25. Did you? Bypass cap fail after 6 months. Did it fail because the valve failed, though, TK? That's my question. Did it get overvolted? Eckenberger Sandwichlaus. Brewed 1 day a year, December 6, 14% ABV. Fuck. Only had an Orville on the headstock. Some say Orville by Gibson. Maybe the later ones. Ah. Had only Orville, so that might be a Japanese one. Probably, yeah. I would say pretty much anything Japanese when it comes to ELV caps. ELV caps? In a reverb driver, about 8 or 9 volts on it. Okay. I wonder if that valve shorted, or you know what else could have happened. It was run without the cables attached, and that might have destroyed it. So, look, for those anyway, TK, I'm using V-Shays for them anyway in 63 volt because they're the same price as the fucking 50 volt. So I used to use the TADs, but I just buy fucking bags and bags of these now. These are my go-to. So I think they're all the same voltage rating at the moment. That's one of the old TADs. But yeah, what are they? 40 volt, 22 microfarad. It's a weird volt range. These ones are 63. So yeah, I think the cost was negligible between the two. And Mouser had the 63 ones in stock, so I just went for them. And they're the same. They're smaller than the tube amp doctors that are only 25 volt anyway, so I just use them. Where am I? By the way, don't they have Sublime over here? 40 Ounce to Freedom. Yeah, fucking oath. I was obsessed with that album as a kid. In high school. Scarlet Begonias had a touch of the blues and whatnot. But then it became associated with douchebags, because douchebags love to listen to it on their fucking river chalets and whatnot. To me, Sublime was always like a working class sort of Westy bogan pleb sort of accessible band. But then I think all the rich douchebags started listening to it, and then it became a meme with that dude in the hallway. If you know what I'm talking about. 7:33 a.m. Good morning from Switzerland. Good morning, Rax Effects. I sent a PCB to Switzerland today. one of the FYM 2000s, because we are still currently servicing Europe, Canada, the Philippines, Australia and New Zealand, obviously. The only country we're not providing is the USA. Hopefully that will change at some point in the future. I paid $22K for my Nissan 370Z in 2019. Okay, I don't know if that's good or bad. Semi-Klaus. Okay, is it Semi-Klaus? Is the Christmas sale named after Saint Nick? Okay. Firefox crashed again. Yeah, my Firefox crashed today. I'm not sure what happened. Brad, you're right. They got pretty liberal with the poly. Great guitars, though. Look, poly, if you put poly on thin, it can age just like nitro. But you have to fucking... The problem is, if you've got a natural clear finish, it's easy to put poly on thin. Because if you go through the previous coat, you give it another coat, that all evidence of that disappears. If you've got a color coat and you go through it, you're fucked. And if you've got a metallic coat and you go through it, you're double, triple fucked. And if you've got like a sparkle finish in it, you're quadruple sextuplet fucked. Because you've just messed up the color coat that needs to be flakes suspended in a film that's got a clear film on top of it. And when you cut that clear film down to be flat, if you break through into that suspended flake film, now you've just turned a beautiful flaky reflective layer into grey shit. And you're never going to touch that up, especially with a flake finish. Metallic, you may be able to blend some in if it's in a good area, like not a big wide flat surface. You may be able to get away with a touch up, but you got to blend it in over a larger area. You can't just be touching up a tiny bit, because you'll see that. So you got to blend it in over like at least like an inch radius, and soft on the air gun, the airbrush, and then straight away you got to put clear over that, build it up, so when you cut it back down again, you won't do it again. Same with color coats. But with a large metal flake finish, you're fucked if you go through at all. You pretty much got to strip it back to the timber and start again, man. Fucking nightmare. That's why I don't do refinishing, because if I did it all day, I'd have a feel for it. Like I used to as a cabinet maker. I used to spray paint all day, every day, and I had a real good feel for it. It was, yeah, you need to practice that shit. Another trick with fender trims is the amount of springs. Yes, I've found more springs can add friction and cause it not to return 100% to its center position. What I've found, TK, is yeah, you're right there. Sometimes it's better to get those Goto high tension black springs, and because they're so high tension, you'll go down to just 2 of them. A drop of lube on the pivot points, and that will help quite a bit. YouTube deliberately runs CPU eating processes. I suspect it's if you use AdBlock. I don't know. I've been on YouTube Premium for the last 3 or 4 years, probably 4 or 5 years. Actually, I think I had it before I even had the shop, so probably like 6 years I've had YouTube Premium. Want to try and knock screws so they're on a knife edge. Yeah. It could also be in nut slots too, though, Scotty. So pay attention to them. Scotty, the trick is to only bear on the outer 2 screws of the unit 4 is the thickness of shooting. Oh, are we talking a synchronized trim? I thought we were talking a 2-point trim. Yeah. Clean and deburr knife edges with a tiny touch of oil. But when you deburr it, use a diamond file and some lubricant, because even as the Japanese knife fans will know, even a slight addition of like non-cooled friction can remove the tempering of the blade, and you can actually soften that timber and basically anneal the outside, whereas normally it would be case hardened. However, you may have already worn through that, so not sure. Theory was that it was only happening to premium, that was debunked, has been confirmed. It's done to people using ad blockers. So that may be prevalent on Firefox users because that has inbuilt ad blockers. I'd say it's worth just dealing with it and refreshing, particularly if you use Pornhub. One way to, yeah. For a guitar vibrato system, I prefer PRS. Are we almost caught up? Nope. That's good. I mean, my chats used to catch up in no time, but now it's actually a constant stream. It's really good. I haven't looked at the stats at all to know who's watching. 64 concurrent viewers. It's been around the 60s mark for the whole time. So that's cool for this time of night. It's night here. It's night as fuck over there. Mine stays in tune for Gilmore and Light Hendrix stuff. Full Star Spangled Banner or EVF. No. EVH, right. Phone thought I meant cameras. EVH, yeah. Your phone knows you, brother. It's okay. Jimmy was never that in tune either. Yeah, just do some LSD and it won't matter then because you'll be fucking seeing all the colours. So, and Lyle's colourblind, so he won't be able to tune up because he won't be able to see the right note. Brad, is this your woodworking experience talking? What was I talking about? I'm talking about the lacquer. Yeah, okay. It's the Ingve Strat set up perfect. Except for the name of the headstock, because that guy's a fucking douchebag. I have mine barely floating so they don't rest on the body, but there's no real pull-up. I've got the 2 points with probably a semitone to pull up, because I like to have vibrato either side of the note. That's that one, the 2 point. The other 2 points the same, but my 6 point synchronized trem Japanese Strat at home's got the body the trem decked, but it is decked pretty not hard, but so you can push down relatively easily, but not enough that you get fluttering or rattle or anything there. I just don't like the feel of a 6 screw trem angled and trying to keep it floated, but it just doesn't seem like a good way of doing it, precision way of doing it. So I tend to just keep the 2 points floating like a Floydie. Firefox backdoored an AI upgrade, uses client computer to mine elements. Really does it though? I don't think that would be efficient to do, Ted. I think that would be somewhat inefficient, which is why they're building data centers all over the fucking place. Used to have one in a Beck pull-up setup. Mid third on G, second on B. Minor third on G, second on B. Right. The trick was to let it go sharp and tune the sharp G. In normal playing, it would go a little flat, but use the bar a bit and everything came back to pitch. I want to try a Vega Trem. Yeah, I've done a few Vega Trem installations and they look kind of fucked because you see all that rough routing or that they don't pay attention to in the factory, and there's usually damage on a Strat body from having the trem decked at one point, so the finish is compressed around that area, so all of that gets exposed again. But if you don't care about that, they are a fantastic system and they are fucking beautifully engineered. Yeah, I'd put one on if you're doing a parts caster and you get a new body. Fucking perfect because it'll fit straight on and you can clean up that route if you want. But if you don't care about the looks, yeah, they're the way to go. They're really good. The engineering on them is fantastic. They're really well machined. They're beautiful bits of gear. Fucking expensive, but they're worth it. Firefox had optional AI features for some time, but after adding an AI sidebar and getting them backlash, they added a master off feature for all AI features. See, that's why open source is so good, because backlash ends with results. When you've got corporate overlords, backlash, they just fucking steamroll it all and just keep doing whatever the fuck they want. Whatever they think will fuck over more people and bring in more money, they'll do it. Whereas with open source stuff, the masses have a bit of control over it. Put the power in the hands of the proletariat, mate. Oh, but that'd be socialism. Oh, fucking Well, you can bring up the HPF on your voiceover. Your voice has a drone that puts me to sleep. I'd rather watch the whole video. That's probably why he does it though, Mogwix. You fucking put the HPF on your end, bro. Fucking, you have to do everything for you. People probably watch him to get that soothing dulcet tone, you know? Y'all forget to hit like button? Yeah, probably. Maybe I should hit it too. Can I even do that? Probably not. Got a two screw Goto 510 on one Strat, Callahan on the EJ, and a hybrid bridge on the K line. Goto 510. I'm unaware of the Goto 510 bridge. Why don't I know the Goto 510 bridge? I know the Goto 510 tuners. I got them on my acoustic. I didn't know they had a bridge from that series. Camera lines look cool, 250 and very nice metal designs. So I recently tried a Levinson. I just got a Levinson, what's the series called? Skepta. Skepta. Skeptic. And I got to say, retail $8.99 Australian. So what's that, like 600 and 500 bucks US? And pretty impressed, bro. Don't really want to go below that price for a serious bit of gear. I've got some cheapies here for beginners, but so you've got a God, what's the timber again? I've forgotten. I forget. It's a funny name, but yeah, it's not the laminated, it's an actual solid timber fretboard. Look at the frets. Look at the end finishing on the frets. It's actually really nicely done. Penny boy, check that out. Got a bit of schmoo there from just the packaging and whatever. I gave him a quick setup and just put them straight on the shelf. I got to do a fretboard oil and new strings because the strings always get a bit rusty in storage and whatever. But it's got the Wilkinson bridge. Nice little matte saddles there. One thing I haven't done is what I usually do, crack open the wiring. This is a brand new guitar mine. It's got a roasted maple neck, as they all seem to do these days. Matte on the back. Gloss on the headstock face, which is a nice touch. No name tuners, but they look like Goto rip-offs. So this is, it's got a nice little laser etched bridge there, serial number. There you go, rip it off for me. Declare it stolen. Got the invoice. Yeah, it's just a nice, honest little telly. It's got the belly cut, which is nice, always comfortable. Come on, Penny boy. Doesn't like big solid colour surfaces. I would have liked a bit of a cutaway here, though. If you're going to do that one, the belly cut, we'll chuck one there as well. But I guess they're going for the more trad telly look from the front. And let's crack open the wiring and have a look. Because that's the big giveaway on how much a manufacturer cares about their instrument, is what they do to the parts that you don't see while it's on the shelf, bro. This is the part where I dropped the screwdriver and put a dent in it. Now it's a relic. Did you just see the relic telly that I put up? Alright. Oh no, I thought I snapped the wire. It was just caught on the terminal. It was wrapped around it. Yeah, it's not too bad. Could be a bit tighter with the grounds there, but you know, no massive excessive wiring. There's enough slack on it to be able to pull it out. They got Yuguan pots. Lock washers installed, that's good. Got those Goto style switches, which aren't fantastic, but having said that, I think I've seen them fail that often. Usually it's the Oak Grigsby copies that get their terminals like bent over from people being a bit rough with them. Well, you know, for what it is, price-wise, good little bargain. There's more fucking copper on those coils than there was on the fake Washburn dime bag too. But the biggest thing, and the first thing that I look at now when the reps bring in a new guitar, is what conditions the fret's in. How level are we, champions? And I got the fret rocker straight onto it as soon as it turned up, because I try to return stuff literally the day it turns up, if there's any issues with it. So I crack them open and check them all, check the truss rod. And then the next thing I check is just for high frets with the old fret rocker. And I think this one will be able to set up with a very low action once I put some new strings on there, which I'll do in the new year. And there's no high spots pretty much at all. So China's really picked up their fretting game, man. Looking at the Chinese mark-based basses, the perfect mirror polish on them, the perfect sticking down on the ends, never any lifting ends. So that's like, you got good bones. Even if you want to upgrade the pickups and stuff, there's no need to upgrade the bridge on this. It's a Wilco. But yeah, if you want to upgrade the pickups and maybe the electronics, you feel that. You probably can't hear it with the noise reduction, but hang on. Turn that off for a second, get a copyright strike from Eddie Vedder. Hear that short, sharp tap? Sounds the same. It's got the same sort of timbre, if you're taking into account the greater timber mass in the center. All the way up the neck. So all those frets are beautifully seated. That's a big giveaway. And a quick, if you're in the market for a second-hand guitar, take a fucking, what do you call them? Exacto. Use the butt end of that and just tap the frets, and you can tell if there's any that aren't seated right. So that's a good quick way to shove it up someone's ass if they're trying to sell you a piece of shit guitar. The next thing, you know, having them seated is one thing, but are they all level? And buying yourself a, I don't know, $15 fret rocker can help you get out of a bind. And the next thing to take when you're buying a guitar is a set of Allen keys, and adjust that truss rod. And if the truss rod doesn't respond, fucking walk away. Don't buy it, because that's a big showstopper. Oh, OH and Lyle. O and Lyle, you've no issues with colour blindness and low pattern on the screen. Yeah, so I think he uses the meter, but he might be able to, yeah, just dark shades, mostly RNG, red and green. I can see stop signs, traffic lights, etc. Brick red and pine green crayons used to mess with me. So you probably can't tell what colour my beard is, but he seems to know I'm a redhead, probably because I talk about it. I figured Lyle for more of a BC Rich Kerry King model type of guy. Man, BC Rich is such piles of shit. They make them out of the shittest timber, and people pay so much money for the shape. My lab partner kept handing me resistors that were 10k off the actual value. Yeah, that's what I fucking did when I did that fucking roller video. I thought I was looking at 10k resistors. They were 1k, which is still not 820, but it's still not 10k. Payo Ferro, no, no, I almost had it there, but not Payo Ferro. Never look at the colour bands. Yeah, I always test them now too. Colour bands aren't consistent anyway. It's fucking ridiculous. The worst is the blue quarter watt metal films from like Ohmite, I think makes them, a Royal Ohm make them. They're good resistors, but just the blue under to the colour bands. The colour bands aren't opaque enough, so they let too much of the blue through, and you can't tell what the fuck colour it's supposed to be. Like the browns look like reds and oranges and vice versa. But if you've got like the Vishays or the Yagios, like the metal films that have the sort of tan or light coloured backing, they're very easy to be able to see, and they've got a very, very opaque band colouring in the paint. Hit the like button, champions. Thank you, Mogwix, and thanks for the Canadian $10, you bloody legend. Canadian $10. I think I could buy a 4-pack with that. Maybe. Could definitely buy a pint. I've got Go-To 510 locking saddles in my Aria Pro 2. Love those. Everything Go-To. Well, Go-To is the go-to. Everything Go-To does is great. Peo Ferro. Oh, I was just scrolled up. Hang on. Mark Levinson. So yeah, it's from Levinson, the French company. Levinson that make the blade and whatever. Is that, are they French? No, I'm getting it mixed up with Vigia. Hang on. Let me do research on my own products. Levinson guitars. So Gary E. Levinson. Skepta Guitars by Gary E. Levinson. Yeah, I thought I'd take a punt on one, just let it turn up and see how it is, and I've got to say I'm impressed. Oh, it's good. Here's the website. I just wanted some mid-range guitars, just to suit the sort of intermediate players, the ones that don't want to throw their fucking life savings at a guitar, but also want something that's decent and playable. Has anyone checked out the Chase Bliss Lost and Found multi-effect? No, I haven't. Kept me from sleep all weekend. Really? Next door neighbour playing it? Brad can probably order right from Hosco, being in AU, get way better prices from Japan. Hosco is a bit touchy. If I want to order from them, I need to order like $10,000 worth. And they send me a pallet, but they won't fucking touch you unless you're ordering like 10,000. But I'll get anything I need from Hosco from my mate Kev up in Queensland, who runs guitartemplates.com.au. Guitartemplates.au. Let me just give you a link to that. There you go. He's got all sorts of tools and gadgets and fucking... It's basically like a mini StewMac he's turned it into, and it's bloody great. So any of your holiday shopping for guitar building related stuff, go to Kev, and he's always open to, you know, any support stuff that you might need. So yeah, different company, I think. Yeah, if you're talking Levinson, I think it may be the same family though. I'm not sure. I've got to look into it. I just ordered the guitar to see how it is, and it was good. Goto makes parts for Wilkinson. I think that's why they're all interchangeable, but they're separate companies. Well, all it takes for them to be interchangeable is for them to just use metric screws, yeah, which they all would. I just stuck some Goto locking tuners on that guitar and locking bridge saddles, and it stays perfectly in tune. The one on my K-line, really nice Wilkinson. Okay, so go to site, desk share, and that's the one he's talking about. Yeah, the Wilkinson do make some nice stuff. I like that the screw hole's slightly elongated. Yeah. Just to help you, we're covering the tariff costs. Yeah, we're covering the tariff costs. I'm taking it out of my daughter's college fund, and we're going to give it to you, the fuckwit in America that I've never met. If you believe that, well, that's what your government did to make you believe it, and you fucking, a lot of people fell for it. You are paying that tariff, whether it's in the price, cost price or not. The Wilkinson R series. Okay, 3 different knife edges. Fucking hell. Billet, steel stock with stagger pattern, deep drill, turbo control. Okay, cool. So that's got the little Allen key on the arm receiver there. So that will have any remove any backlash, which is great, because that's a big complaint with the Fender ones. There's lots of backlash, and you hear the clicking when you're doing the wigglies. Aftermarket parts can be a hassle for whether it's metric or imperial dimensions, stuff like string spacing, peg holes, etc. Yeah, I mean, just trying to fit like a aftermarket Floyd Rose is always a shit fight. You got the block size, you got so many things to take into account, screw spacing, whether it's designed to be flush or not. Yeah. Oh my god, you fucking jumping. Oh! Always going to piss me off. Okay, I'm just going to have to fucking speed read, because I need to be recent so it doesn't do the jump thing. Mostly because your beard is red. Yep. It's so rare to have seated level frets on new guitars these days. Yes, it is, man. It's fucking ridiculous. Great to see, perhaps because it's the next still thinks it's a tree. Well, it's being roasted. It accelerates the kiln drying process, so I'm hoping that's not the case. But yeah, fucking every guitar, man, that comes in, frets aren't level, and they're not seated. It's the standard now. Non-seated frets, man. It's fucked. And it's a lot of work to get them seated and honed. And I ain't doing it for free. Roasted necks are generally great. I think the roasted neck thing is a good step forwards because it accelerates the seasoning. I just hope that it doesn't accelerate it too much and it ends up going back the other way, if you know what I mean. If it over dehydrated the neck, and your finishes look like a solid film, but they are fucking, they do let moisture through. There is osmosis happening there, and eventually it finds its way through all the fret slots and whatever. And they will absorb moisture. They will continue to move. Timber is not steel, so even steel moves. Like everything moves. The reason your neck needs adjustment from winter to summer is partially because steel moves, because your truss rod needs loosening off in winter and tightening up in summer because the steel's expanded. I'm going to spend some time off playing with a breadboard kit from Copper Sound. Nice! Until I can get a good grasp on pedals, I'm not going to fuck around with doing my own amp work. That's a wise move, Richard. And I think Wampler, Brian Wampler actually reached out. I probably should have been more receptive. I didn't know much about him. I was getting flogged with fucking requests to advertise stuff at the time, so I wasn't receptive to it, and I was probably a bit dismissive. But Brian Wampler reached out to us probably 12 months or more ago now, and was asking if I wanted to do a promo spot on my videos about his pedal building course. Now, I thought it was just about his pedals. He wanted me to market his pedals. And I said, you can send them to me if you want, and I can check them out, but I'm not going to just say something's good if I haven't seen it and done a review. I'll do a review, but that's all I'm doing. I'm not going to just market your shit. But rereading the email later, I think he was trying to get me to just market his pedal building course, but look, if I'd done it, if I had a chance to do it, take part in it, and for free, obviously, and no, like I should probably pay for it, so then I actually am objective in the review. Then I'd have a good opinion, but I'm not just going to market something just so I get some money. But yeah, playing with pedals first is good. It's so different to amps architecture, though. A pedal is like a building block. An amp is a whole bunch of building blocks that make a building. So maybe if you get into like, you know what would be good? Get yourself like a cheap, like a 5210 Marshall. Something that's like a solid state entire preamp, right? But cheap. And play and experiment with that too. And you could probably get it for like $50, $100. What would you recommend to someone who plays 90s old punk rock, metal, Green Day, Weezer, Metallica, Pixies, Nirvana, etc.? I'm thinking the BE100. Well, the BE100 would get you there on a lot of that stuff. A lot of the stuff from like Weezer and Pixies, there's probably a bit of weed. Well, it's definitely weed. I mean, fucking, he had the song about got my hash pipe, whatever. And Green Day is literally named after weed, but so Weezer and Pixies are probably the two ones that stand out a bit there. They probably used a bit more traditional style amps. Metallica started off, I think, using like JCM 800s, maybe then hot rodded ones. Nirvana used fucking everything, but big muffs and all sorts of stuff. Really depends what you're going for, because probably the two most curated sounds in those bands was probably Green Day and Metallica. In which case, you could get away with a high gain Marshall style build, and the BE100 would definitely get you there. But you know, if you're looking at that kind of budget range, you're not going to be disappointed by a BE100. It's going to get you there. But you could probably get away with something like a, well, I've sort of gone away from recommending the DSL-40Cs these days because they're having conductive glue issues and PCB layout leakage, well, not leakage, but arc over issues. They are resolvable, but those amps do hit those tones as well. But But yeah, a lot of the Pixie stuff, deluxe reverb cranked. You know, that's probably how they did a lot of their stuff. But if you're going for that saturation stuff, yeah, the BE100 would get you there, but so would a BEOD pedal too through a deluxe reverb. So there's lots of different ways to get to the same result. What's your holy grail high gain amp? Isn't really one that I build. Whatever. Don't know. Whatever's there. I'll play to the amp. I've got a Wampler amp in that will be coming on the channel soon. I didn't know he made amps. Really? Is it a one-off? I just got a DS1 for cheap that I plan to mod based on Brian Wampler's course. You know the best mod for a DS1? Replace, what is it, R8. It's like a 100 ohm resistor. Put like a 1K in there. And you can take the gain down to almost clean then, and it's more like an overdrive pedal, and that really makes it much more usable in my opinion. Cuts the gain back. Make sure it's through hole 1 from Taiwan. Let's see. Yeah. Through hole. Well, yeah. Did they even make it through hole plated 1? Huh. Holy Grail high gain amp. Oh, I don't know, man. Like I say, why not build myself? Well, but you know, like I'd be looking for like a hot rodded 2204 with not that many changes to it, like shit you could do in an afternoon for about $10. 2204. It's not very high gain, but you can make it one. Oh, hey Lyle, I have a diving watch with an italic R logo. Which brand is it? It's not Rolex, is it? Giamino's are great, but not high gain. They can be made high gain. Too shaven on insurance. Yeah, I can't find insurance. Rado? Brad, the Pork Chop Express. $20. Brad, Merry Christmas. Wishing you and the family all the best, mate. Thank you. Thank you, Pork Chop. Oh, fuck, why can't I say that? Jesus. I need to lie down. Why can't I say the Pork Chop Express? It's actually hard to say. I am special, though. Thanks, mate. And, yeah, we'll put it towards the beer fund for the holiday break. Thank you very much. Who needs seated frets when you can just pleck it? Yeah, well, you can't pleck something that's moving, can you? You pleck it and it'll just keep popping back up. Japanese starts with an R. You should respond to Brian about the course. Yeah, it's been like 18 months, so his pedal course does strike me as vaporware. But how do you know if you haven't signed up? Scotty, no clue, sorry. Most Japanese watches have the brand name in full on its back. Let me look again. I'm rocking a Timex Expedition ad as my daily right now. I don't know much about Timexes. I was told Freeman helped him with supposedly a pedal platform design, as useless a term as that is. Pedal platform design. Okay. So, to me, yeah, I guess, do we want to talk about pedal platforms? To me, whatever pedal platform is best is the one that pedal was designed for. So, for example, some of those pedals I recently acquired sound great with a deluxe reverb, because probably I suspect because of the scooped EQ response of the tone stack in its mid position, right? But then through other amps, they sound like arse, and they sound like honky piles of shit, real harsh and gross. But through a deluxe reverb, they sound like heaven. So I've got a feeling that they based it on a deluxe reverb to use with a deluxe reverb when they designed that pedal. Because if you're just talking the EQ response of a cleanish amp, that's going to massively affect the character of your overdrive pedal. So you really have to decide what amp you're designing your overdrive pedal for, because everyone thinks that everything set at 12 o'clock is like your center position, and you can tweak it to suit from there. But essentially, I think with everything at 12 o'clock, you should be at a home base setting with a common amp designer. I guess a deluxe reverb is probably a pretty safe amp to design your pedals for, because it'll work with a Princeton, bit less bass, a bit more mids. Work with a twin, probably better so. Fender Marshalls that would kind of work with, as long as they don't have a big bright cap on them. Yeah, it's sort of that's the scary part about designing a pedal, because people are going to buy it. Oh, it sounds so good, but what amp are you using? What speakers in the amp? That massively affects it. So selling pedals is kind of scary from that point of view. And for the guys that go into production like full time doing that shit, nothing but respect for you. And yeah, it would be quite a challenge. I reckon you get a lot of fucking really tough questions. I'm playing my pedals through a Hot Rod Deluxe. When it fails, I'll take it to my tech for upgrades. Good man. And I guess the Hot Rod Deluxe on a clean channel would be a pretty good basis for pedals, because there's solid clean power, slightly scooped, nice big Fender bass, sparkle on the top. A lot of pedals that were designed for that tone stack and that structure would work rather well. But yeah, but that is a massive can of worms there. So maybe I should do a video on that, but it might be something I do when we're in the new year and I'm not about 6 months behind on my work. I get confused on amp voicings. For instance, the Friedman Jose and BE100, are they voiced to Dave's ear? In theory, they could sound the same if you voiced them that way. I think the Jose, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he voiced the BE100 on a Jose, did he? I think almost all pedals should be demoed into a clean DR and show the pedal bypassed and no other pedals. Yeah. No other pedals in series with that one. Yeah, absolutely. And I think very minimal EQ, just maybe to sort out any mic discrepancies. And don't put tons of fucking delay and reverb on them. I kind of want a really raw tone to be able to determine if it's any good. I'd recommend doing it before it fails. The heat damage from the 15 volt split rail. Yeah, 16 volt, he just corrected himself. Would be more costly to damage to repair the longer you let it bake. I kind of have a flat rate for them, because they all require some degree of fucking about, and it's not massive amount of time to drill out and put turrets in. But yeah, you're probably talking like another half hour, maybe half hour to an hour if it's really bad. May have had a couple of beers in the last hour or two. Good man. That's what it's for. That's what Christmas Eve's for. So you're all getting ready to get Santa to stuff his sack down your stovepipe tonight, I should say. What do you want from Santa, guys? What's your fill in the chat now? I've caught up with chat. Fill in the chat with what you want Santa to bring you. Well, I'm taking a big fat squeege. All right, legends. What have we got? You want my hat? So many OD pedals demoed totally wet with gobs of echo reverb. Yeah, it just makes everything sound good. It's fucking bullshit. EQ'd the fuck out of. Maybe had a couple of beers in the last hour. Okay, yeah, I already read that. It's just chat jumped. Jose's different, very different. Dave would just make the 68 if his business was about his taste. Yeah. Yeah, right. $1 million. I want Brad's hat. 1.2 million. 1.8 billion. Powerball. I don't know, Scotty. If you became a billionaire, you'd just instantly be a fuckwit, because it seems to be what happens. What's for Christmas dinner, Brad? I don't know. Usually we have like a mixture of... Actually, someone asked about that when I asked what should I make the content about. What's Christmas Day like in Australia? We usually have like salads and cold meats, as well as a roast pork or a roast chicken or turkey. Sometimes cold as well. Generally the pork's warm and the chicken or turkey may be cold, eaten like with a salad. And we'll have ham, but we'll have the ham cold. We don't have roasted lamb generally, ham generally. Lots of seafood often. We'll have, well, not lots of seafood, but just prawns. Just boiled prawns, but king prawns, massive things. And we dip them in a mixture of tomato sauce and mayonnaise. What do we call that? Just seafood sauce. I think Michelle's got a earpiece in. Yeah, we dip that in stuff. And yeah, usually a salad and lots of beer. No eggnog. Winning Powerball would be nice, but I have to buy a ticket first, yeah. Christmas Eve, we're having tamales. And for Christmas, ribeyes. Nah, lovely. 1.4 million, that'll buy a house in Preston. Just, yeah, fucking... It's like, what do you want? $1 million. Okay, you can, like, buy half a house. Oh, great. Guess I'll just have to find someone else to win $1 million and buy a house with them. Fucking 2025. My friend and his wife make authentic tamales. I know where I'm going tomorrow, yeah. It was funny, years ago, I lived with this bloke. He owned, not live with him, but lived across the road from him. And long story, but yeah, he's a real tight ass. And I told him, yeah, I just moved away to like where I live now. And I bumped into him and said, yeah, come around over. If you drop in over Christmas, I'll make you coffee. He doesn't drink, so I couldn't offer him a beer. But yeah, so yeah, drop in, we'll make you a coffee, and you know, if you give us advance notice, we might have a barbie or something, catch up. But yeah, no worries. So he rocks up on Christmas Day, obviously looking to get food, even though he owns like, probably owns like $5 million worth of property in Glenbrook, and probably like another $2 or $3 million worth of property in Kangaroo Valley. But he's like, he goes to the supermarket and gets the cakes and stuff that are out of date, because you get them for like $1 each. Fucking, it's a hoarder mentality. Not sure what a tamale is. So isn't it when you wrap them in like the outside of the corn thing? Picking up a dozen from the local taqueria. Muy bueno, muy auténtico. Actually, I wouldn't be a fuckwit. I don't have it into me to be one. Best tamales bought off the side of US Highway 61 north of Greenwood, Minnesota. Minnesota? TK, that's awful. Sorry to hear that. Hope your life improves. Not sure what a tamale is. I know what they are. I haven't seen them in the wild out here. It's probably street. We've got lots of street food and stuff out here these days, and there's some very authentic international stuff in Sydney. So I reckon I could get one if I wanted to right fucking tonight. Hang on. Tamales in Sydney. You can find authentic tamales in Sydney, primarily the Tamale. Tamaleria, a Mexican deli in Dulwich Hill. Famous for its traditional Mexican corn dough pockets, but also other spots like Dos Señoritas, which I've been to before many times in Gladesville. Dos Señoritas. But I think they went out of business, didn't they? Dos Señoritas. Permanently closed, yes. Damn it, they were awesome. I used to ride their fiberglass donkey out the front in their what do you call it? The thing you wear. Although waiting to get us a table, and they'd bring out beers. You'd be on the street lined up, and they'd bring you a Corona out, have a beer while you're waiting for a table. It was fucking awesome. Legends. Halal snack pack, mate. That's Aussie street food. Fucking nice. Oh, well, it seems like everyone wants tamales for Christmas. Tamales for Christmas. I had yams once at Thanksgiving in the States. That was grouse. Aren't yams just sweet potato there, TK? Donny! How you going, Shane? What's happening, mate? What's happening, mate? Here you go, mate. She's bringing me pulled pork. Your Cuban feast, primarily protein, is a slow roasted pork shoulder butt marinated in mojo for 2 days. So you just put old film caps in there, do you? Yeah, but Dos Señoritas in Gladesville is the best. Oh, Michelle, got to come over and show everyone you're Italian. So get practicing for a sec.
Oh God.
Yeah, Michelle's learning Italian. Michelle's. I've just read Mexican on the screen and tried to say Italian at the same time. My brain crosses over. All right, so we're gonna piss off after this one because it's coming up at 6:30.
Yeah, I need a burrito.
We need burrito. Yeah, but what do you want to say? Do you want to say goodbye, everybody?
Arrivederci.
Is that it?
Yeah, that means goodbye.
Yeah, but come on, even Brad Pitt knew that one. Arrivederci. Arrivederci.
Buonanotte.
Buonanotte.
Buonanotte, Brad. Buonanotte, everyone.
Yeah, but how do you say everyone? You don't know.
Guys.
I've forgotten all my Japanese, man. Japanese has gone downhill. Maybe I'll do that over the holidays too. Get back up to scratch in Japanese.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know.
Just do it.
Because I don't feel like it.
Buonasera. Yeah, good evening. Buonanotte. Oh, I don't know what Buon Natale means.
Buon Natale. Didn't you say that the other
I
night?
said Buonanotte.
Oh.
Buonasera is good evening. Buonanotte is good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening? Good evening. Yeah.
Well, it is evening now. It's like
Good night, I think.
6:30.
Cheers.
Cheers,
No, we
guys.
don't all say that.
We do.
Itadakimasu. No, we don't.
Itadakimasu. That's what you say before you eat. That's like, I am going to enjoy this. What do they say? In the morning they say Ohayo, and then at night what do they say?
Piss off, bloody dickhead.
I can't remember. What
The
do they
bedroom's down the hallway.
Because I remember when we went to France, it was like bonsoir, and then there was what was night? Bonsoir, and I don't know. I'm really shit at this. Anyway, see you later. Sayonara. Take it easy, legends, and thanks for all your support through the year. Thanks for following my stupid little channel. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Come here, subscribers.
The feeling of the feels. Oh.
Come here, subscribers.
You're a face
Kombawa.
hugger. You're a
That's
face
it.
Hugger.
Kombawa. Yeah, Kombawa. Is that night? Okay. Yeah. I'll gotta, yeah.
Do some practice.
Getting sidetracked. Can't even say Tamaleria. Sounds like a disease.
No, that's malaria.
It's only a ta in front of it. Malaria.
Malaria.
See? Tamaleria. So that's why they make tamales, because it's like taquera.
Mm.
Taquera. Is that how you say it? Taquera?
No, he's saying you're putting a K in it.
Yeah, no, for tacos.
Oh.
That's where you get tacos, from a taquera.
I just get them from a taco truck.
That's what they call them over there.
Shut up.
All right, legends, take it easy. If I see you through the break, I see you through the break. I'm not promising
You'll see
anything.
him through the break. I
If,
mean,
if anything, it's
let's be
probably
honest.
going to be unrelated to amp stuff. But we might do a video, like I say, on restoring Shell's radio, little radio. I'm going to get her soldering skills up, so that might be fun to watch.
have you not seen my boards? My
Yeah, your boards are
soldering is
good,
pretty
but
good.
try doing a point to point. You know.
I don't know what that means.
Hey, CHF20. Yeah, that's those
is
Swiss
it?
francs. CHF. It's like the radio frequency. 20 Swiss francs. Thanks, Rax Effects, you bloody legend. That's like quite a bit over here, I think, when you do the conversion. That'll be a 4-pack for sure.
I reckon it might be a cheeky prosecco.
Oh, I guess I should give you something back.
I guess.
You are featuring on this video. You did get the donation while you were here, so I guess I'll chalk that one up to you.
They love me, babe.
I know they love you. I love you. Take it easy, legends. Great, thanks for joining us, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz
Not
Navidad.
Italian, but
No,
go
that's-
with it.
Now I got that fucking song in my head. All right, see you, legends. Take it easy.